Let's go live without you. I don't give a fuck anything about that bitch.
Oh, don't be salty.
Boom, and we are live here once again at In Your Head Wrestling Radio. I'm the internet icon, the pride of the pilgrims, the most honest man in all of podcasting. I'm off my right-hand man, my audio soulmate, and the enforcer of the universe.
1 inch biceps, the power goat. Ha ha. I'm the man who tells you what to do. The boss, baby. It's good to be here with everybody tonight.
Boom.
I'm just elated that the wrestling doesn't suck.
Yeah, this is a hell of a show.
Unless Monday Night Raw just overrode everything that AEW
Probably did,
accomplished.
Thankfully, I did not watch.
Yeah, so
I saw little clips on like animated GIFs, and I saw Miz was shooting like a squirt gun at the guy from 300.
Yeah, that's not good.
That looked pretty bad.
Well, it was not Miz, it was Johnny Drip.
Even worse, probably. Why do you know the idea behind splitting up a team is maybe you could make both people stars, or at least one of the two people big star. They split them up to make, Morrison into like a comedy job guy.
Yeah. I don't get it. Yeah, and
I predict they're back together by the end of the year.
It won't be long. They'll be back together. Or on NXT.
Which you might as well just be fired at that point, I think.
Yeah.
Before we get it, that reminded me though, Mick Foley, it's only like a minute and a half. I thought it was very wise. He made a quick video. He said, WWE, there's a problem. And he said, the problem is if you're a young talent, a named talent, if you have a lot of confidence in yourself that you can be a next big star, he thinks the place to go right now in people's minds is AEW.
Oh yeah.
And he said part of that is AEW is doing a good job. He said a lot of it is also WWE's own fault though, because they make it seem like WWE's not a good place to go if you're a young talent. And then they gutted NXT, the guys they do bring up. He said they making the jokes like Karrion Kross. And he said they did a great job back in the day with him when he was Mankind, came in. He said, but if he would be in his prime right now, he would not have the confidence in the WWE
creative.
He wouldn't want to put his career in their hands. He would go to AEW.
No, I can't say I blame him.
No.
So
now you can't even get something to eat.
You can't get something to eat.
They cut catering.
They cut catering.
Yeah.
Does AEW have catering?
I'm not positive. I don't know, but WWE cut catering. So now the catering is done right for now. In November, they're going to get a new catering company that's cheaper. First of all, they act like they're like this dying company or something. They've got to do all these big cost cutting measures. Yet they're always talking about making these $1 billion deals and record profits. If you're making record profits, why do you got to worry about stuff like catering? And so from now until November, when they get the new catering company, it's catering done by the stadium, which they said is primarily hot dogs and nachos, which obviously is not what an athlete is going to be wanting to eat.
Could that be what Foley's really upset about? Is that they don't have the catering?
They probably didn't when he first got there, but then they probably really.
They say he's notoriously cheap, so like he probably wouldn't like having to buy his own meals. But here in the chat room, Kids Authority, he says Foley's just mad he had to introduce the 24/7 title.
Well, that was what, 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, that was quite a while ago.
I don't think he was even mad. I think he was being honest, and he wasn't even. I didn't even take his attack on WWE. He was giving WWE advice, like you don't want. This is not a good trend. You don't want the trend of people not wanting to. It used to be that's the place to go. I want to end up in WWE, WWF. That was always the goal of someone who's into wrestling. If that's not your goal now, where do the new people come from?
It's very true. Very true. Because if I, like Foley said, if I was an up and coming talent looking at WWE and then looking at AEW, which place would I want to be at?
Yeah. And they can't hire everybody, but still the idea of like, just seems like dim times. Like,
well, you got to hand it to Adam Cole, baby, because he made the right choice, if you ask me. He
saying it for months on the show.
He knew that Sammy Guevara was in AEW, and he knew he had to go and watch his girlfriend, Britt Baker, in AEW. True. Because the sex god would have just got a hold of her.
But now, does she have to keep it? They got to keep an eye on each other, because it's not like Adam Cole's a bad looking dude, you know. All the young damsels here, all young, you know, they're going to be having their eye on. But I don't know. I think they're buddies. But that was an excellent. That was the whole show. I really dug. But that ending, like the swerve before the swerve.
Yeah,
that was excellent. That was really well done stuff.
Yeah, it was a good show all around. I think. I mean, maybe not the big show.
Only like that match.
Big
but at the same time, the match was so quick it didn't offend me.
Yeah,
you had Big Show. He just beat the guy. Fine, that's fine.
It's kind of what I thought would happen too.
Yeah.
And I love the Big Show's song because it sounds like very reminiscent to his old song, but it's just like new lyrics. He's just like, oh yeah, here he comes.
To me, but I always thought that song was laughably bad. So I don't know why he'd want to stick with it.
I don't know. I think there's just some dude who's like Big Show's buddy. So like anytime Big Show needs a song, he just calls him up and he's like, go do your thing. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm Big Show, Paul White. No more BS in this company.
I'm sorry.
It's no more BS. That could mean two things.
Whoa, no more Kenny Bolin services?
No, not that. I don't think that was ever on the agenda when they made that catchphrase. But it could mean no more bullshit, Jack.
Whoa!
Or it could mean no more Big Show.
Oh. They are kind of same synonyms. I'll be honest, I feel bad. Big Show makes me sad because he doesn't look good. He looks in pain walking. I've never really been a fan of his, but I don't like to see him in pain. And just not a good. Very big guys are going to be don't have long.
Come here, Jack. Come here.
I feel bad.
Come here. You're in my good graces. Because I have said that I felt bad for the Big Show back in the past. Now you've come around to my line of thinking.
Yeah, but I don't think that's like what you really want out of your giant guy. He's like the crowd just feels bad that he can't walk. Got bad hits the knees.
Billy Gunn's hitting him in the leg.
There was no follow-up.
And no follow-up to that. Just
when I thought I couldn't care less about the feud, though, they had to put in the Billy Gunn in it. But good Lord.
Good old Billy Gunn. I mean, they got to get his kids away from him. I mean, what do they need?
I will say, cracked me up afterwards. An Excalibur's like, and his scumbag kids. That did make me laugh, especially when they were just standing there and did absolutely nothing.
They're probably wondering why Dad did that.
Yeah.
Those scumbag kids.
Oh, that one legit made me laugh, though. It was pretty awesome.
I didn't think about it, but now that you mention it, it is funny.
Are you dying to see that, though? A Billy Gunn Big Show match in the future?
No. Not at all. Oh, that is one for you. I don't need to see that. No.
The only thing about it, I guess, is it would keep both guys at other matches, but you never see Billy Gunn in any other matches. So,
yeah, I mean, like, are they just saying let's just put these guys together because we don't want them anywhere else on the show? Or
I don't know.
Like maybe it just make one match instead of two matches that people don't want to see.
Yeah, but like I said though, like I think Billy Gunn's been in like a handful of stuff, like a 6-man and like in battle royals, but never really doing anything. So it's not like we got to get him in something.
The best Billy Gunn moment in AEW thus far is Sonny Kiss shaking his ass at him and Billy Gunn kind of reacting.
I think he's fine in like the battle royal kind of stuff because that kind of stuff's always good for any kind of the legend. Comes it's cool, it's Billy Gunn, but I don't want to see him in like actual feuds and angles matches, especially singles matches. Does Big Show have kids? Maybe it'll be the Big Show family versus.
I don't think Big Show has any kids. I don't think. I could be wrong.
Maybe he could adopt.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't think he does, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
What if he adopts FTR?
Boy, are they crybabies? What are they bitching about? Like, are they leaving or are they staying? I mean, what do they want? Would you really switch to go back to WWE right now?
No.
I mean, I don't know if that's what's on the agenda. Maybe they want to go to NWA, but I don't know why you would want
power.
To do that. Yeah. But like, what's their deal? Why are they unhappy with AEW?
I don't know. I know Jim Cornette has this conspiracy theory that the Young Bucks brought him in to bury him, and it's like simply not being nonstop perennial tag champs every week forever. And in his mind, like they shouldn't even sold moves to the Young Bucks stuff. It's like they're not going to come in and just no sell everyone's moves and never lose. And I think they've been used well. Like, could they been maybe on the TV more? You could say about a lot of people, but the last few weeks, I think they would have been in this long feud with Proud and Powerful, but the one guy got hurt. So what could you have really done at that point?
Yeah. That's what they had on the books for him. So
I like them, but do I see them as like this, do I see them like CM Punk and Daniel Bryan level or even Darby Allin and stuff? No, I think they're a good team.
I think they have a very high opinion of themselves. And sure, they're good on the show. They've had good matches, but are they the number one team? I mean, I don't think so either. I mean, but
I like them.
Yeah, I don't mind them. I think they're adequate with about everything they do.
Yeah, and I think
they've had good stuff.
And they're a good fit in the but in the MJF group, which I don't know what's going on because they don't really talk about that too much anymore. If the Pinnacle's still around.
Yeah. I don't know if they know what to do right now. Because is it because of them wanting to leave or
I don't know.
Yeah. Because I mean that is a big part of that group. They could replace them with somebody, I would imagine. Who would they replace them with if they had like a tag team to fill in that spot?
I don't know. I would have to really think. I'd have to look at the roster, but I'm sure you could put
some heel tag team in there.
Yeah.
Because they got Shawn Spears. We'll think of somebody before the show's over. Maybe the chat room can fill us in. Maybe they would have some good ideas on who could be the replacement.
Big Show actually has 3 kids.
Oh, really? Well, I guess I'm wrong then. Okay. Vince Rudo, he's always stalking everybody and knowing what they're up to. So
put that 2.0 team that they're on the show all the time. You can put them in the Pinnacle.
2.0.
Isn't that what their name is? Those guys that they're always with that other guy. They were in NXT. They're all
the new guys. Yeah. The
I actually think they'd be a good fit because they have a good heel persona. The kind of fatter guy is like really over the top, cocky, which I find very, very amusing.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion.
It would be good elevation because they clearly see some of these guys because they're on TV a lot. I think that would help them being with MJF.
Yeah,
I could see the bigger guy and MJF playing well with each other.
That would be good. Yeah. Yeah, I like that idea. I think that's a very good idea. So good thinking, Jones.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, I like that.
But yeah, I just can't understand why FTR would be upset with AEW. Are they just sour grapes because they're not the number one thing on the show? I mean, sorry guys. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. Look at the
Lucha Bros. I mean, this was a this has been a huge team before AEW, and they just now got the titles after people thought they'd be one of the first, maybe the first tag champs. Some of the Young Bucks, really, and then
I was really hoping it would have been them because I was in the building that night that they were crowned, and it was Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian,
which was Elite Hunter. Interesting at the time, but looking back, it wasn't the best choice.
Yeah, I wasn't happy with that. But.
Well, let's go over the show. So, in the pre-show, talk about All Out, obviously. The Best Friends, so they had a 10-man tag. Best Friends, Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, and Wheeler Yuta versus Jurassic Express with versus the Hardy family. I'm not a big fan of the Hardy family group. All that being said, it's kind of a mismatch of people that don't really go together. This was, to me, what you want in like your pre-show match.
Yeah,
it was just a fun, big fun match. You got to see everyone's signature spots. You get to see people face off. It was just a fun time. It's a fun match. Got people excited and ready for the show.
Oh, most definitely. Very good stuff. I like that. I'm going to have to say Wheeler Yuta's got to change his name.
Yeah, it's not a good name. I actually like him. When I first saw him, I was like, who the hell is this dude? Yeah. But he's actually very talented. I don't really think he fits the Best Friends group because he always looks kind of pissed off. Which maybe if they played with that if he would even play up that even more, and they always talk about the Best Friends and they go for the hugs and he's just kind of there, like looks kind of pissed. Maybe they could do something. I don't know, but it's a weird fit at the moment.
I do feel bad for Trent, but I don't know. Maybe is he hurt right now where he can't participate?
Yeah.
No, okay. But I do miss Trent being in the mix.
So. Yeah, they have much more chemistry together with Trent.
Yeah.
And they were really, I honestly was one of my favorite parts of AEW has been the Best Friends. And, everyone knows I love Orange Cassidy, but that whole group I really like. I like the woman with him too.
Chris Statlander.
Yeah. It was real quick while I'm thinking about this. It was interesting. I've been watching a lot of the interviews with Punk because I think he comes off really well. And he was talking about we mentioned before, I think last week. And actually, Daniel Bryan said the same reason. What made both of them first start to consider going to AEW was, unfortunately, Brody Lee's death. But the point was that the whole roster and everyone who worked there knew, but kept it a secret. And Punk said, the wrestling business always says we're a family, but it's really a bunch of bullshit. Everyone's like cutthroat and out for themselves. And to see an actual locker room that kept that to themselves out of the respect for their brother, he said that really was special to him. And Daniel Bryan said the exact same thing. So I think it's something we can try to understand, but I think to fully understand, you'd have to probably be in wrestling. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And,
there got to be in WWE and know that that it's probably much opposite of that. People are not.
Which his passing was a total shock to just about everybody. I mean, nobody really suspected it. So,
and so anyway, that was good. But what I wanted to talk about was, he was doing an interview about the different people there, and he said it, some of the things are rough around the edges. And one of the things he said, which I think I really like, is he said there's some things that he doesn't get, and that some older people don't get. He said, like Orange Cassidy, he doesn't get, but he said, listen to the crowd. You can't, why would you throw this away when it's clearly something the crowd loves? And I've always thought that with even things I don't like, if the crowd's into it, it doesn't matter. You should run with it. Orange Cassidy, I personally like. And then he said that he brought back to himself, and he was like, when he was starting in WWF or WWE, and there was older people said, we don't get Punk. We don't get you. And he was like, well, good, because you're a 65-year-old racist. So you shouldn't, you shouldn't get who I am. And we can guess at who he's talking about, but I like that because, I see even people that aren't that old stuff, and they're always fixated on stuff that they grew up with, or stuff that worked in the 90s. And it's like, it's a different time. When we were watching wrestling in the 90s, I knew, there were older people like, oh, this isn't what, worked in like the 1970s. And, it's the same time period now. In the 90s, the 70s was as long as ago as the 90s are today. So people who are just fixated, you got to bring in Scott Steiner and stuff like this. Like, you're just living in the past. That's what worked then. It's not necessarily going to work today.
And really, a lot of stuff on the show that was on the shows in the 70s would be something people would just turn the channel on now.
Yeah. And in the 90s, you would have been totally bored if they presented a wrestling show from the 70s, in modern day.
Yeah, because there's a lot of matches that was just filler. It wasn't like, fast paced everything. It was just a jobber out there getting his ass kicked for a lot of it.
Yeah. You go back, watch it, especially like WWF 70s. It's really no bumps at all. There'll be one bump, and that's always the finish. It'll be like a body slam will be the finish. And you could say whatever you want about that being better for your body and everything, but the people aren't going to sit there and watch it. So
no. So you got to keep people tuned into your channel. And for the first time since we've done this show, I think wrestling's starting to get like hot again.
Yeah. I'm having fun. I legit look forward to watching these shows, and I have fun watching them.
Most
First
definitely.
time in a long time that I consistently look forward to the shows. There's been like pieces here and there that I like, you know what I mean? But this is the first time, like you said, I think since we've been doing the show, that I consistently look forward to week by week.
Yeah. We've had other promotions that were like, like Lucha Underground pop up, and we're kind of
even not
excited for
it. At points of time was fun.
Yeah, TNA, like it was always right on the cusp of something that you're like, okay, if they do this, they're going to be great, but then it would never get there. Like, because I thought LAX was going to be a huge thing, and just never really paid off. But
and WWE, the whole time we've been doing the show, there's always been stuff I like, but there's never been a really long period of time for a long time, especially I don't think since we've been doing the show that like I consistently like, man, I look forward to this and really the last few years I didn't even want to watch it, and then eventually I stopped watching it.
So WCW made WWF better. It made them like think outside the box and do other things with the Attitude Era. Does Vince McMahon have it in him at this stage in his life to try to combat some of the things that AEW's doing?
I don't think so. And it's not even really a knock on him. I think anybody like that's been around, what new ideas are you going to have? And did he have those new ideas in the 90s? I don't think so. Yeah. A lot of it was taken from ECW. And he, even in the 90s, people say like Mick Foley, he would, Vince himself let other people run with these things because, wrestling had pretty much passed him by at that point in time. He had the chance then to run with the Vince McMahon character.
Yeah.
And he's still relative, he
was great in that role.
Yeah. But he wasn't the creative behind all that. He was giving up the creative to people to, find these new things. I would never say WWE's dead or anything like that. But I think they would need to find the new, whoever it is, the new Paul Heyman type guy, and also give them enough power to actually do what they want.
Yeah, really.
I don't know if that would ever happen.
Well, the thing is like we've been saying in the last few weeks on the show, it's like they don't want stars anymore. They want WWE to be the main thing, but it's like you need stars to make your company important, That's a very important part, I think.
Yeah.
Like CM Punk, look what he's done for AEW.
Yeah, the ratings gone up. Just the idea that he was going to be at that one show, like sold out to big arena.
It actually got praise from Jim Cornette, which is very rare.
There's something I took note of, and then I took note of this even before I listened to. Sometimes I don't like to listen to anyone's reviews of shows before we do the show. Sometimes I do, just because I also like to talk about the review. But I did listen to Dave and Bryan's review of not the whole show, but the Punk match and a couple things. And I don't know. I think they're on the total wrong page, but I took note of this match specifically because there's something about this match. a lot of people say the Lucha Brothers Young Bucks match, the best match of the night, which I wouldn't disagree with. That match was off the charts. Me personally, my favorite match is CM Punk versus Darby Allin for a couple reasons. A big reason, well, one of the reasons is it's first match in a long time, first big match in a long time for me that felt more like a style match that I grew up, that I personally like best. And that is where it looks like both people are actually trying to beat the other one as opposed to working with each other, which I've grown to just accept. That's modern wrestling. That's fine. But I still like it when it looks like they're actually competing against each other. And Punk and Daniel Bryan had that. And while I was watching that match, first of all, they start off with the lockups and like trading like shoulder tackles and test of strengths and the arm drags. Just totally classic old school wrestling that all big matches always started with when I was a kid, up until, and probably until the 90s. So I really like that. And then as it goes on, they're doing the big dives. Darby, to me, the best dives in the business. Not so much, not that other guys can't do cooler looking things. I think Phoenix might be the best, like just legit high flyer in wrestling. But the dives that Darby Allin does, he always has impact with them. It looks like he's really hitting a guy. Whereas some dives, like Jeff Hardy's, the Swanton Bomb, it looks pretty, but it really doesn't look like it would hurt you. All Darby's dives look like he's really trying to hurt you. So he's actually putting his own body at risk while trying to take you out, which I really like. It adds realism to the match, and it looks like he's actually risking something to actually try to hurt you. So to me, that match had best of both worlds. It had a classic wrestling vibe to it from a previous generation, and then it had the modern excitement and dives, but done really well, of this generation. And it kind of combined themselves to make, for me, a really just a great match that I just had a lot of fun watching. And so, sorry to be really long here, but when I listened to Meltzer and Alvarez, and they were saying it started really slow, and they were insinuating that Punk had like ring rust and like he was tired when it started. And I was thinking, like, I don't think they understood the match, because that wasn't any of that. That the beginning doing the real basic stuff is just how matches always used to start. That wasn't, it wasn't like he was now old and slow. That was classic wrestling, doing the lockups, and then you build up to the moves. And I was kind of dumbfounded, because, these guys have been, one guy's a legit professional wrestler and Meltzer's been around forever. But at the same time, I think sometimes he is a little clueless on aspects of
maybe
wrestling.
They're so in tune to the AEW style, it just took them by surprise.
Yeah, they worked themselves.
What to make of it.
Yeah, they worked themselves at it. But that's nothing. Not taking away from the tag team. But I just want to put it out there because I thought that match was excellent.
Yeah.
But here we'll go with the other ones. And sorry if I talked over it all there. Miro versus Eddie Kingston was the opening match of the pay-per-view.
I like the promos that these guys are doing. I think that it's some of the better things on the show, them going back and forth with each other.
I agree. And it's weird thinking, because you think it like they're very contrast of styles, but yeah, the promos really work. Both guys, I think, are two of the best promo guys around. They've got a lot of good promo guys now, especially with Punk and Adam Cole coming in. But that's part of wrestling, the build to the match. Makes you. Otherwise, I don't know if this would be a match that really would interest me, even though I like both guys. But their promos really built it up for me.
Dean Mia, he says, WWE is creatively dead. It has been for a while now.
I agree.
Yeah, but, I think everybody kind of feels the same way. A lot of people, unless you're like Extreme Falls or, of that same ilk. But yeah.
This isn't true. Vince saying I hate WWE and want to go out of business. I've never said that. I've never said that.
Yeah, he hates the WWE. He wants it to go out of business and watch Stephanie doing favors. to feed her kids.
I know it's joking, but still, I don't like that. I don't want WWE to go out of business. I'd prefer to do better. But
yeah,
I don't want anybody to go out of business.
In the end, if they start doing better, I mean, it'll just make more entertainment for us.
And even if I don't watch it, I don't want any company to go out of business. I want everyone to make a living in wrestling or whatever it is.
I mean, there is a part of me that's like kind of happy that Vince is like getting his ass handed to him to a degree, because it seems like he's very disrespectful to the fans.
Oh yeah, and but for the underdog is always that's inherent to me.
I think that's the only aspect that like does it for me, but I don't feel bad for people who were there and working and they may lose their job or
right.
But yeah, it's not even anywhere close to that yet. I mean, it's just
they are firing a lot of people.
There's a lot of rumblings, and I think they're letting go of people because they're getting ready for us to be sold. Honestly, I kind of believe that. I think that they're trying to make it look at how much profit we're gathering and look how much you got to expend to pay these people.
It'd be a really weird world without a McMahon-owned WWE.
It really would be, but what's this stuff about them letting Triple H go from NXT? Like,
yeah, it's now.
I never would have thought.
No,
I mean he's family.
Yeah, it's really bizarre because NXT. I've said this ever since they made a show and stuff. It honestly didn't make a lot of. You couldn't have two things. You couldn't have it as developmental and a TV show because then it's no longer developmental. But once you made a TV show, because it became very popular. It really was its own brand, which I always thought was kind of a genius thing. They kind of created their own cool indies where they were stockpiling the best of the indie guys before AEW came around. And had them in NXT. And if you would have kept doing that, I think you could have kept they created their own alternative brand. Yeah. Putting it against AEW was not, let's say, not even smart. I don't think it worked. It was smart for anyone. Yeah. Because we saw what happened. AEW wins, and then like it's, some people argue that they're not mad about it, but if they're not mad about it, why did they move NXT to another time? And I know people say it's the channel, but why are they completely reformatting the whole show and the whole roster if they weren't mad that AEW beat in the ring?
I don't understand it. Like, cause if you're looking at AEW fans, like the one thing that they would probably be interested in watching on WWE programming is NXT. That's like the thing that they're most excited for, and just revamping it. Like, why would you do that now? And like changing it into something that's like the total opposite of what the fans enjoyed about NXT.
What is the reason to watch NXT now? If it's going to be just WWE Light, it's like you're just saying it's a C brand at this point. Because it's going to be the same guys that they want in WWE on Raw and SmackDown, but before they're ready to go there. So I get the logical idea for a not a national TV show. That makes no sense, but for your program like that, because you want to build your new stars to come up to your show, but you can't have that as a national television show because who wants to? There's going to be a small audience who will watch it. Yeah. But it's like that's why AAA baseball and like minor league hockey and minor league basketball, they're not like giant programs because only like local people stuff are gonna follow and watch that, or people so into it they want to see the guys before they go to the major leagues or something. But if it's an actual show, it's no longer like they even say that the network isn't happy. Well, why would they be? Like they had like this cool show and now they're turning it into this like training show. Like who wants to watch that?
And why take Triple H out of control of it? I mean, like I think he was doing a pretty good job. I mean, as far as
it had a buzz. It became a train.
I imagine Shawn Michaels, he's probably not where he was because he was pretty much second hand
Yeah, I
to
don't think
Triple
he's
H at the
involved.
time,
Yeah.
so he's probably been taken out of the mix. So it's
Who
like,
would you rather be trained by, though, Winter? Shawn Michaels and Triple H, or Johnny Ace and Brother Love?
well, I mean, I think I'd rather be trained by Shawn Michaels and Triple H. So,
Unless it's just like an ass kissing, maybe.
or sometimes
Maybe
Shawn
maybe
Michaels doesn't even remember if he trained somebody. Like he didn't he ask Daniel Bryan? He was like, was I there for your training or something like that?
I think that was a different Shawn Michaels, so I think he
Yeah.
wasn't quite. But yeah, it's a weird thing. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And this idea that you know no more. They have like they're having a height requirement. Weight, be 6'2", over 240 pounds. No indie guys and stuff. And I get the idea of we want some bigger guys in here. Okay, that's their prerogative, whatever. Um, the idea that we want to get people, not just indie guys, but the idea when you start putting like these cutoff, look at all the people that are under 6'2" that have been big stars.
Yeah.
So you never had Rey Mysterio. Shawn Michaels wouldn't have made the weight requirement. You wouldn't have had Shawn Michaels. Bret Hart's like probably borderline guy. Maybe Ric Flair is probably not over 6'2". Austin's probably like a borderline guy. There's no, like I said, you wouldn't have had Rey Mysterio, you would never had Eddie Guerrero, you wouldn't have had Chris Jericho, like you wouldn't have Seth Rollins. Like it's just the stupid. And then the indie thing I've never understood because I understand like we also want to try to get former like the guy they just signed that was in the Olympics. That makes sense. Or maybe you're going to try to get some guy who was a college basketball player or football player, something like that. But you're not going to get like these giant rosters of people that aren't in wrestling. And then like your people that actually want to become wrestlers, they get kicked out of wanting to go to WWE because they're pursuing a career in wrestling. How does that make any sense?
Beats me. Jonathan Jackson says he's giving us some updates on Triple H. He says Triple H is head of catering now. So.
maybe he'll be the new catering that comes in.
Vic Schiavone, he says WWE is already light, so NXT will be WWE light
later.
So it's even lighter.
Oh man. So let's see. Mox. Oh, by the way, Miro won that. That was a good match. I like Eddie Kingston, but he's clearly got some bad legs. Like he can't take bumps too well.
Like Galgo 13, Kevin Dunn, Bruce Pritchard, and Johnny Ace are all screwing with Triple H while they can, because once Vince dies, they all know they are gone if Triple H and Stephanie get control of WWE.
Yeah, but they might not even at this point. I don't know.
Yeah, I really do think he's gearing up for a sale. So who knows? We'll see.
So this next match, I'll be honest, I went into this match not expecting anything because I didn't know who Kojima was. But I thought it was a really good match. It was Jon Moxley versus Kojima.
And they did have some video packages to kind of help out with getting fans up to date on who Kojima is.
And then this man looks like he's a 7-year-old man, comes out and like, who the fuck is this? And the crowd fucking goes insane. I was like, what the hell? And I'll be perfectly honest, I have no idea who he is. He does not look impressive. But the crowd's reaction made it work for me. I'm like, well, this is somebody. People love the dude. My brother afterwards, he was all excited. I was like, I mean, I'll be honest, I don't know who he is.
That's the guy that I was talking about, was one of my favorites on New Japan, Minoru Suzuki.
Nice.
But he is like the guy who he trained Zack Sabre Jr., I guess, which I'm not a fan of Zack Sabre Jr., but I'm a fan of Minoru Suzuki, and his song is very catchy. So
and the crowd went ballistic.
Yeah, it'll grow on you whenever you hear it a few times.
It made me look forward to this match.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Minoru Suzuki, was he in Pancrest or whatever with
I really don't know.
I think Ken Shamrock was bitching about him in a match or something, saying he was using his gi, or maybe that was a Gracie. I might be wrong. I don't know. I think it was a Gracie now that I say that. So I just remember seeing a shoot interview quite some time ago where Ken Shamrock was complaining. I think I'm just mixed up in the head.
Yeah, my brother loves this guy. He said he just
please disregard Golgo 13. I know you like to call me out on my screw ups every now and then on the show. So
yeah, he's my brother, big fan. He says that he just likes to pummel people in the face and get pummeled in the face. So it's going to be really just a match of people probably elbowing each other in the face. So do it up. It was fun. I liked it. Britt Baker versus Chris Statlander. I'll be honest, I don't think this match was particularly good, and I actually really like both people, but the crowd was so into it. I think you just looked over it, to be perfectly honest. We said this while we're watching live. Yeah. The crowd was so into it, it made it fun. Technically, it was not very good. It was pretty sloppy, but the end was good. But Britt Baker's so over, even when she has matches that aren't that great, they come off really well.
Yeah, I think it was leaps and bounds better than the Red Velvet match, but
it was just sloppy. I wouldn't say it's like bad or anything, but it was sloppy.
Yeah.
I expected better because I really like both people. I expect them to work really well together, but nonetheless, the crowd was still into it.
Click with each other or just don't have the experience between the two. I mean, hasn't Britt only been wrestling for like 2 or 3
very
years?
Long. Not really. And she herself has improved a lot because I didn't think she was good at all when I first saw her. She's really improved as a character and in the ring. In the ring, could still do better, but as a character, she's really become great. Now this match is just fantastic. The cage match, Lucha Brothers versus Young Bucks.
Oh yeah, I always enjoy a tornado tag match. And normally when they're in a cage, I think it always is tornado tag. Yeah. I think JR got a little confused on that. So
honestly, doesn't make sense not to be because
you can't really stand on the outside.
Disqualified. So why would you just stand there and wait for a tag?
Yeah, that's true too. So I enjoyed it. It's great stuff. Phoenix jumping from the top of the cage was just insane. I think.
I know you're a big Penta fan, and he gets, I think, the most love of the group. I personally, now this is also, I only really know them from AEW. I think Phoenix is my favorite of the two.
Oh, Phoenix is definitely great. Yeah. I was putting over his Rich Swann match he had in Impact. I thought that was a really good match, but he's done some outstanding stuff. So
really crisp. He's really the guy that WWE kind of always wants to have. Like they're always trying to find the new Rey Mysterio. If they could have got him at some point, I think
they want the new
complete idiot. So.
They want the new Rey Mysterio, but they want him to be really tall. So
right,
that's why Damian Priest is getting
the 6'5" Rey Mysterio. Yeah, they would have made
it. And they loved Alberto, but Alberto is a homicidal maniac.
That's probably why Vince loved him so much, to be honest.
Maybe. What would you call that? Not homicidal, but just insane. I don't know.
Yeah, probably maniacal, I guess.
Maniacal.
Maybe. Yeah, this was off the charts. This was great. I was actually really surprised Lucha Brothers won.
Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't think they would win, and it was kind of booked where Jurassic Express was going to be the team to get the belts. So
even the match, the Lucha Express, the Lucha Bros were getting most of the offense early, which usually that means they're going to lose. But They ended up winning, and tons of near falls. They actually all worked for me this time. Sometimes I think they do too many, but this on a special match, I think it's warranted. So yeah, this was just great.
James Duffy, video editor, he says, WWE I haven't watched since CM Punk left. I just didn't like the product at all. I found it bad. Loved Ruthless Aggression era and Attitude era. Grew up with both. More so Ruthless Aggression. Ruthless Aggression. I'm more of a fan of the Attitude Era.
Yeah, I never really even understood that the Ruthless. It's weird though, because I remember when they kept pushing the Ruthless Aggression, I always thought it was this guy who was kind of rolled my eyes, and it's become like an era though people do remember now, which is it's just odd to me, but that's cool.
It is strange to me because I never really thought a whole lot about it. I mean,
yeah, to me it was just like the Attitude Era over, and now they're trying to think of some other name to call this.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt about it. I mean, there was some good stuff, but it wasn't the Attitude Era.
Yeah, no, there was good stuff. I honestly thought Edge was a highlight during that era.
Brock Lesnar,
yeah, Cena was too until he just got tired of him and
just did the same thing. So,
yeah,
what's his deal?
Had some good stuff during that era too.
I know we're getting off the pay-per-view all the time, but what's Cena's deal now? Is he just totally done with WWE? I mean,
I think he's I don't know. I think he's gonna act and then he'll probably come back every now and then. But
so, like, is he just saying like he's not going to be around for quite some time until?
Yeah, I don't know if has he even actually said anything.
I don't know. I know that they were talking about they took down some of his products and stuff from the WWE shop and stuff like that. So I thought the Young Bucks were going to get kicked out of the Elite at the end of the show for losing the belts, but glad they are still in the Elite. That's from Glaugo 13.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute, but I agree with that too. The next one, I'll be honest, it started out the Casino Battle Royale with the women, and I just was thinking, I'm pro women's wrestling. I used to not like women's wrestling. That's because they really had people that weren't very good. I just like stuff that it's entertaining. But when this started, I really thought they don't have enough people to really put this together because they had so many like kind of unknown people and people that weren't particularly good. But once you started to get a lot of those people out, I thought this it became very good near the end. But you could probably say that for most battle royals, it's really not that good until the last few. But this one in particular, had a lot of people that weren't particularly good. But Ruby Soho and Thunder Rose were at the end, and they had some great stuff. And I've always been a Ruby Riott fan. And so I'm really glad to see her here and see the crowd really react to her. And I saw an interview with her after, and she was really emotional and said this is the first time anyone ever chanted for her. And I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool,
Well, that's nice. That's a good feeling.
Made me happy, yeah. And I like her. I like that she's different. I always think she's talented too.
Has a nice Rancid song for her intro, which is pretty much probably where her namesake, I would say, was where she got it from. But
I've been to Soho. Soho is my favorite part in London for food.
Jonathan Jackson in the chat room adds, they are Lucha Bros, Mexican, Cerro, Mierdo, Generals of the Ring. Of course they would win.
A lot of the chat didn't like their intro to the ring. I love the headdress and stuff.
The whole headdress and all that. Yeah. Azteca,
Yeah, I liked it.
Cool.
So yeah, I thought this was good. The end ended up good. Ruby Soho, big crowd reaction winning. That made me happy.
Happy for her.
She's not. A lot of the other women have already had title matches a few times, so this will be something new. Britt Baker versus Ruby Soho. You got the problem of Ruby Riott although I'm calling her Ruby Riott just like Mr. Jim Ross did, but but I don't work for the company.
That's true.
Baker,
Ruby Riott. Jack, if you like Ruby Riott, I bet you would also like a signed 1-inch biceps fork. You can get it for the low price. If you super chat us in right now, $47. Bam! Destination OIB sign fork.
Boom, boom, boom. The Jack special tonight. I will send you a random 2X or 3X, whichever you prefer, pro wrestling t-shirt from my collection. I'll pick one out randomly, signed or unsigned, up to you. If you super chat tonight, $29.99.
$29.99.
Watch me play air guitar.
I know. I kind of did it with you. I felt like the Young Stallions when we were doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We should be the Sex Stallions.
Okay.
All right. My only issue, Ruby Soho super over right now. Britt Baker's the heel, but the crowd loves her. Turn her babyface. It's going to be a constant problem.
Yeah.
Go MJF. And I thought this match did a really good job of making me actually think Jericho was going to lose. There was lots of times in this match I thought, oh, I guess this is the end of Jericho.
I had a little bit of a smile on my face when I saw Jericho get pinned, and they didn't see his leg on the rope, and I was like, yeah, because I predicted on the show that Jericho's career was going to end, and then the ref came out and he shattered my dreams. I'm glad that Jericho's sticking around because I think it would have been a mistake, like JR was talking about, but I'm glad he's there, but I was a little bummed at my prediction.
My only issue with that, I actually like that whole angle, the whole thing, because it gives MJF an out. He can bitch about, this shouldn't be. The only thing is I would reverse the ref. I would have reversed the refs and had another ref in the ring and actually had, what's her name, come out and reverse it. Because I think you should protect her a little more and not have her mess up any finishes.
I think the ref should have brought up that MJF just hit Chris Jericho with a bat as well, because he was only talking about the foot being on the ropes, but he also hit him with a bat.
That's the problem in wrestling whenever they do this stuff, because it does set up the whole, why don't they do this every time? But nonetheless, it worked for me. A good match. I like it.
God damn, I love that Ruby Riott on WWE television.
Really weird too, because I don't think he was even there when Ruby Riott was on TV. You know what I mean?
I don't think
I could see if it was like someone he was around a lot and called like lots of matches for. You know what I mean?
Maybe he likes her tattoos or something. I don't know. Maybe he was watching them.
Maybe he went to. He's like Vince. There's also this. Is there like what would they call that? Like punk porn or something?
I don't know. Whatever that one girl
goth, into, maybe goth punk. Goth.
What's that girl that Riot something, wasn't it? The Miss Dead 2000 or something or whatever.
Oh, what is her name?
I forget. She had a bunch of tattoos.
Yeah, I can't remember her name.
Yeah, I forgot. I forgot even the contest that it was.
You're right, Miss Dead Pageant.
Miss Dead Pageant.
CM Punk Allen match mentioned or talked about earlier. For me, I thought it was just a really well put together match. I loved it. I also really like Punk. I think Punk looks good in the long tights. So I prefer him.
Yeah, I think right now he probably should cover up the legs, but yeah.
I think I thinking about it, I think I usually do prefer the long tights anyway. But I thought they looked good on him. He looked in great shape. He has a little bit, but he's never been like super tight guy. But I thought because he's 43 or something now, looked in really good shape.
Yeah.
And he looks much happier than he did in his WWE.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know, nothing else to add. I just thought it was great. Now, I like the stuff with Sting, and I heard him in a promo what he said the other week when it was the three of them in the ring, and I didn't really think about it, but he's right. He said it was literally three different generations of wrestlers in the ring: Sting, himself, and Darby Allin. And I was like, yeah, that's really true. And he said backstage, Sting like shook his hand and like he said, just then why would he need to lie about this? Just saying it was good to be to see him and stuff. And someone asked him if that was like a bucket list match, and he said he never thought about it because he never even thought like he'd have the opportunity to be in the same
that's true
thing. And he didn't really say about doing a match together, but he did say he does think down the road they'll do a tag match. And Tony Khan was there, and he got all smiley and was nodding his head, which that I would be into that, especially 6-man, Sting, Darby, and Punk. That would be very fun.
That would be good. Yeah. Especially since the goons beat up on him on was it a Rampage? I think
they're talking about the trios title again. That would be an awesome trio for the tag belts: Sting, Darby, and Punk. You'd get a belt on Punk and keep him out of the world title picture right now because you've got Daniel Bryan. So you don't want all your top guys in the singles title yet. You know what I mean?
Boy, that's a dream match. I think Kenny Omega and Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson. Yeah. I think if they would have do a serious match, I think that they could really get it over, and that would be something like Okada level for because everybody was praising Omega and Okada.
It's going to appeal to a lot of people. It's going to appeal to people who don't even know AEW really. They know Daniel Bryan. It's going to appeal to them. There's a huge crossover of fans of Kenny Omega fans and Daniel Bryan fans, and more so Bryan Danielson fans. So yeah, this is going to be a big match. And I'm normally against the idea of a guy coming in and going right for the title, but I think it works here. It works for Daniel Bryan. Plus, he's been on TV. It works. I'll look over, especially. I'm sure that it won't be his first match, but it'll be great though. This is one you got to say that for pay-per-view. I mean,
Vince Rudo's suggestion, he wants Punk. He says Punk should beat Miro for the belt at the next pay-per-view. I don't know if you want to take it off Miro just yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to put all the belts on all the new guys. You got to be conscious. Like, you got to keep this in your. You got to incorporate all the new guys with the other guys, make dream matches, but you can't just like instantly put all the belts on them either, because people are hyper critical today and really think about all this stuff. So you can't go too much that way, but we'll see, because their pay-per-views are also months apart. So by then maybe you'd build Punk, but I personally like the idea if you do to the trios belt in the first in the trios tag champs. Because it'd be cool seeing his Sting having a title again. I'll be perfectly honest. That'd be fun.
Be nice to see.
Yeah. And it would be hidden in a 6-man. You wouldn't have to do too much.
Yeah, you want to have to go all out in every match. You want to have his neck shattered by wrestlers.
I don't want to pick on Cornette. Not that it matters. He would give a shit. He's Jim Cornette. But I do want to say something I think about a lot whenever he talks about Sting. He always says about how Sting hates wrestling and stuff.
I don't think he does.
I don't either. And the other thing, though, that I think about is whenever he talks about Sting, it's clear to me his memories of Sting are like 89, maybe the early 90s. He has he never saw the Crow stuff, because he's like, why? I mean, he doesn't say why isn't he beating his chest, but he's like, Sting used to be all like animated and going woo and all this stuff. And even as his co-host will be like, well, he hasn't done that in like 30 years. It's been you. And I'm like thinking, he hasn't done this. The Crow Sting didn't do any of that stuff. So I'm thinking, like, why would he all of a sudden start doing it 25 years like later? And so, but in my mind, I'm thinking, well, okay, so Cornette just isn't aware of anything Sting's done since, I'm going to say 89 or whenever Cornette left up, I guess 92 or something. And so that's like let's say 30 years. So his memories of Sting is 30 years ago when Sting was like a 30-year-old guy.
Yeah.
So obviously he doesn't know about him as a wrestler, what he's done since then, but he also doesn't know what he'd be like as a person since then. So a 30-year-old Sting, maybe he wasn't in love with wrestling, and maybe he wasn't in love with wrestling for a long time. But I don't think at 60-something years old, Sting would be taking bumps through tables and going out and even being out there with Darby Allin and all this stuff if part of him didn't like wrestling.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not infatuated with the wrestling business where he gets mad if people do silly things, all that stuff like Cornette. And I'm not going to say that's good or bad, whatever. But to say he just hates it, doesn't care about it all, I don't think that's true. I don't think he would do all this stuff. He could just go out there and just, go through the movements. He wouldn't have to take a bump through a table if he just hated being there. And another thing, a lot of the reasons wrestlers throughout the years have hated different places is the politics. And it's a universal thing from young guys to veterans, like even Conan, when he's been here for a little while, Conan has said he wished he would have broken into wrestling like right now in the AEW, or he wished the locker rooms were like that when he broke in. Mm-hmm. And all of them say it's because they're not cutthroat. They actually want everyone to do well. So if you're in this environment where you don't have to worry about everyone out for your spot, everyone hates you, they're going to shit your food or all these different things, it's probably a lot more enjoyable experience.
The shitting and the food part's the worst.
Yeah. So it's like I'm around these people that are actually all having a good time, wanting the whole promotion to succeed, everyone else to succeed. The crowd's into it. What would I'm making good money? What would there to be to hate, really? You'd be like, oh, this is probably a fun time.
So Mrs. Cornette, she needs to go and get the Crow films. I know she's probably seen them, and make Jim watch them and maybe get him up to date on the Crow Sting, right? Because he pretty much just took that character for
maybe Vince will see him. He'll bring in a Crow character.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
He'll fight the guy from Sparta. Paul White defeated QT Marshall. It was funny when this was only 3 minutes. I remember in the chat, Rudo said this was somehow worse than I expected, and I felt the exact opposite. It was better than I expected because it was so short. I can't say it was particularly good, but it was short.
They kept
you got Big Show on there for people who want to see Big Show, so whatever. Mm-hmm. It was kind of the buffer match between the Punk and then the main event.
Yeah, I think you kind of needed that too.
Yeah. So then the other main event, Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage. I think it's they painted themselves in a corner because he had Christian Cage in this. Mm-hmm. After the Lucha Brothers match, a CM Punk match, Jericho match because of the stipulation, a lot of stuff on here. Closing the show with Christian Cage is rough. I think it was the right decision because you want to close the match with your title, but it also just seemed lackluster after everything we saw until the match was over.
Yeah. So maybe they made it where it was the main event because they knew a lot of the surprises were going to happen at the end.
But to me, you should always have your title in the main event. But nothing against. I mean, Christian tries hard. He definitely doesn't outwork everybody on the show, but he tries hard. It's just not. I don't know. I just can't get into it.
Yeah, I think he's putting forth his best effort, and I enjoy that he is trying, and that it's like it just seems like he's trying to like rekindle some of that buzz that he had at Impact when he first switched over to them, and he was being like a main eventer in that league, and like people were kind of excited for him then. So.
And I hope he enjoyed it because I don't foresee him being in a lot of main events after this.
Probably not. No.
All the names coming in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the match was fine. It was just hard for me to really pay much attention. But the stuff afterwards, so you have, I just like the idea. I'm a big fan of heel Kenny Omega. I was never a real big fan of his. I always thought he had great matches. I can never deny that. But I found him. To me, I'm almost like Sami Zayn. I found him like naturally unlikable. And then for both guys, when they became heel, it really helped them out. Mm-hmm. And for me, Kenny really shines as a heel, especially with Don Callis, who's great.
Yeah.
And so like they say, no, there's no one, anyone who even had a chance to beat me was retired or not here or dead. And then I don't know if he said that before or after the Adam Page, but Adam Cole comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And that was he looked great. He looks like a star. Comes out, super kicks Jungle Boy, crowds booing. It worked though, because these guys are friends in real life, and he's like, why would I go against my buddies? So that made sense to me.
Yeah.
And it was the big reveal that really was the swerve to the bigger reveal. And then you hear the Flight of the Valkyries, and now comes Bryan.
Bryan
Danielson. This was very exciting. In a plain white shirt. Everyone else wears their new shirts, but he just had a plain white shirt.
Says I'm going out in t-shirt, baby.
Boom.
First time I saw Bryan Danielson, he had a cardigan on.
We interviewed the man in person.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I wish we would have did a longer one, but he would have done it too. I didn't know a lot about him at the time. It was a weird time though. We were in the hallway, like right after
the match and everything.
Mm-hmm. All right, so definitely thumbs up for me.
Thumbs up. It's the easy one. Good
really
show,
good
good pay-per-view.
Really looking forward to it tomorrow night.
No problem with paying for it on fight.tv. So good stuff. I thought the stream was good too on the fight.tv.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I watch it on regular TV on the pay-per-view. We're watching. My mom loved it. She was a big fan. She really likes AEW. She's a wrestling fan, not like hardcore, but she really enjoys the AEW. I like me. She even talks about she's always talks about how much fun it looks like everyone's having, which I think that really comes through to people.
Jonathan Jackson, he's raining on everybody's parade here in the chat room. He says, all friends wrestling, Cornette was right all along.
Yeah, I never understood this idea that it's bad that they're friends. Especially coming from a guy who always quit places because he couldn't get along with people. You think he would rather.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. That doesn't make sense to me. Like you want a place where everyone hates each other. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, it's a good time.
Good times.
I'm really looking forward to a Wednesday.
Yeah, we got Dustin Rhodes taking on
this is good. Because Malachi Black, it makes sense the matches he's had, but it's not against like stellar people. But I think him and Dustin, that could have been a pay-per-view match. That'll be really good. And it continues the storyline too.
So maybe Cody will make a return or something. We'll see.
I think pretty soon, because I don't, who else is left after the Dustin, unless you could probably do the Dustin more than one match. Maybe he'll do a series with him. But then after that, I don't know who you really feud him with, because it's clearly leading to him versus Cody again. So, yeah, looking forward to his good times. You want to take these Zoomers before, or did you have something to say there?
One thing I want to ask you about, did you see the article about Vince Russo saying that the Harris brothers were fired from WWE because they want to go out and beat up LOD?
I used to find Vince Russo very entertaining, and then I kind of just get tired of him. But I don't find him very believable when he says stuff. I don't really buy this.
Yeah, I'm not buying it much either. I mean,
for a few reasons. I don't really think the LOD at that point in time would have been somebody that the office would have said go beat up, because
beat up LOD,
respected and like had friends within the company too, and honestly, they're legit tough guys. They were a little older, but they weren't like old men at this time. So
no, not saying that the Harris brothers.
Right. I'm just saying, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion the Harris brothers could have beat him up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they probably would have had some trouble, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think I believe it either. I think it was something that Vince Russo just made up, or maybe he dreamed it.
Yeah, it could be. It's funny too. He was posting. I was like, he did something, I guess, for Peacock recently, and he's like, I don't want a job, but I'm hope the right people see us. And then it came out that he actually emailed both Fox and Peacock like recently looking for a job. But he always does that. He's always saying he's not looking for a job, but he's always like clearly looking for a job. It's like the wrestlers who always say they never watch the show, but like they see everything that happens.
They're clearly watching.
It. This was, you mean, what's so bad about this that you'd want a job when your whole adult life you worked in wrestling and made your name and money in wrestling? Why is it so bad that you would want a job in wrestling? You know, although I guess in WWE it's better, like if you hate it or something, you can't want to be there too much, or they don't want you there.
Golgo 13, Bryan Danielson should have choked out Justin Roberts with his own tie in his funny AEW debut, just like he did in WWE debut with Nexus, and then got suspended by AEW for being too violent.
Would have been funny, actually. Yeah, by the way, I'm currently suspended for 7 days.
I notice.
Because of fucking Christian. Fuck you, Christian Cage. The main we had the chat that's clearly about wrestling. The main event is Christian Cage versus Kenny Omega. Comes on, and I say fucking Christian. Then all of a sudden it pops up. You can't post. Like, what? And it says hate speech. And I was like, come on. And so I clicked to fight it. And I write out my response, and I want to be an ass, but I'm like, I'll write out a nice, this is a live chat during this pro wrestling pay-per-view, and the main event's Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage, and this is reference to Christian Cage wrestler. It had nothing to do with religion, but which it didn't. I mean,
no, it's the person name.
Yeah, so I hit enter. As soon as I hit enter, it pops back up. This has been reviewed and closed. This was hate speech and you're suspended. And it's like, well, there's no way it was reviewed like 1 second after hit enter. There's no possible way someone read it. It's all computerized, and they see fucking Christian and assume I'm saying fucking Christians. And it's like, come on, man. Like, you gotta have there has to be someone there who has to look at this stuff, because it's just stupidity.
Yeah, this is one problem with AI and actual people, because it's basically a bot that shot you down there, but that's terrible.
Geraldine says she's watching us on YouTube, and she says I'm looking hot.
Good.
All right, and she wants to take the Zoomers. It's kind of like a boomer, only they're the Zoomers.
Okay, Zoomer.
All right, here we go. Mm-hmm. Who's zooming who?
Mo Fried Chickens. He says it's all computerized.
I'm not even here. Fucking hologram. I made a program, and it studied. That's a good thing about doing the show so long. It studied 16 years of in your head, and I made a hologram, and I just put in all my mannerisms and opinions, and now every week it just will mimic what they think Jack would say based off of the years of in your head past.
I'm like a Star Trek figure. I've become the Borg.
Like a Borg.
I am the Borg.
Geraldine!
I am Inchius. It is futile to resist, Jack. So computerized.
True, bitch. I'm currently I've watched all the original. I've watched all Next Gen. I've watched all the movies. I'm currently binge watching Deep Space Nine. I'm into season 3.
Oh, excellent. The
plan is to watch them all, and eventually watch the new Picards here.
Well, I'm still working on Next Generation.
It's fun to have something to binge watch. Stuff I've seen.
Most definitely.
I'm a big fan of Next Generation. That was actually the first show I ever binge watched back, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago.
Toronto Stevie. It's good to see you tonight. Vic Schiavone got his Undertaker shirt on.
All right.
Good to see you.
Undertaker was in the news this week, so it's.
Yeah, what was his deal? I hadn't heard about that.
I got my Darby Allin shirt on.
What was the Undertaker up to?
He was something about that he's doing a thing for Netflix with the New Day, that something that the Haunted Mansion, and it's supposed to be like an interactive thing where you choose what happens.
Oh yeah,
next.
take a movie.
Okay. So. Sounds interesting. I'll check that out. I like interactive things that you can select and pick your options.
You can interact with these nuts.
I don't want to interact with that. No.
You can redeem these nuts. That was funny that Eddie Kingston came out with the redeem these nuts shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lana tweeted out, "I'll redeem yours when you come home."
So is Lana coming along to AEW? I think
so. Someone came up with the idea, which I actually kind of like, that she's his god. He's always referring to God's favorite champion, all this stuff. And then the reveal would be Lana is his god. I kind of like that.
That is good.
Stevie! Easy E.
There he is. Easy
What's an E like this? Is that E? Is that East Coast, West Coast, East Coast?
I don't know.
Booyaka.
How's it going?
Booyaka! I'm all out of drink. I'm going to go get a drink, and I'll be right back, all right?
Mm-hmm.
I drank this whole thing during the show already, Incher.
This
whole pink apple lemon seltzer.
Jackie Jones will be played by 1 Inch Biceps.
I'll be right back, Incher. Talk to these fine folks.
Alrighty. So who watched the pay-per-view live?
Better watch it, bitches.
Yeah. Toronto Stevie, did you plunk down the $49.99 and watch it while it was happening?
Oh no, I watched it a couple of days later.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I watched it. Some of it a little bit later, and then I watched the rest of it while I was working. Actually, I had two computers on, and I had the matches that I missed going, and I thought it was a great show too. I mean, it was like, I mean, it's amazing. It's like night and day when you have a live crowd reacting, and these AEW crowds are really into this. And even if you're I'm not saying I'm exactly like Jim Cornette, but even the flippy floppy stuff. I mean, the cage match. I love the cage match. I thought it was great. I mean, he's not exactly a Young Bucks fan, but yeah, I remember Generation Me. I think that was the first time I saw them. In TNA.
Was it Max and Jeremy? I think it was like Max and Jeremy was their names at that time.
I think so. Yeah.
But
yeah, I thought that was great, and I'm from Toronto. I'm a big Christian fan, but I knew he wasn't going to win the belt.
No.
But I did like the post match. I know I read something that I guess it was it the original plan of Adam Cole in WWE was for him to be a heel manager. It's like, I just read this article on Facebook.
I haven't ever heard that, but that would be some shit.
Well, there was something on Facebook that
it was on there today. I read the same story, and I thought, wow, that sounds like a Vince idea.
Yes.
Yeah, there's definitely ideas that come out, and they're just like so obvious that this is a Vince idea. So it definitely sounds like one. Vic, did you watch it live? Were you on it while it was happening, or did you even watch it at all?
Oh, I watched it the next day.
Okay.
It did not had a lot going on. I had some other stuff to do. Plus, I was watching the film festival that night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bloody Stumps was a big success.
That was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. 4-day event.
So now I watched it the next day and thought it was great.
Oh yeah.
It's just nice to see some fans excited about something. So.
Very refreshing show to watch when we haven't had shows like that in quite some time. So long time. Easy. Any opinions on the AEW pay-per-view?
I have to be honest. I did not get the opportunity to watch the show.
Oh, okay.
I read the card, and I saw CM Punk on there, and I was like, oh, well, look who's come back.
This is kind of like the age-old question: is the book better than the movie?
Ooh. So
when you read about it, what was this a better experience than actually watching it? I wonder.
Well, I briefly read the card and I was like, oh, CM Punk's back versus Darby Allin. Who the hell is Darby Allin? Somebody new I don't know, or
he is a new guy. Yeah, he rides a skateboard, but he's not like Johnny Ace. He's a little bit more menacing.
You never remember Johnny Ace riding?
I would really.
He just carried it, didn't he? Yeah.
I would really hope that he is not like Johnny Ace at all, considering all the shoots.
Sure.
I was also interested. Moxley versus Kojima. Sounded like a good match. Quite honestly, if I had to say, I would go back and watch this.
Definitely,
I would recommend it. I'm wearing my Darby Allin shirt. I'm a big fan of Darby Allin.
A 21-woman casino battle royale that has my name all over it.
Lexar, were you watching the AEW pay-per-view?
Flexar, is that what you call them?
I called him Lexar.
Flexar.
I like Flexar.
Flexar.
That should be my new name, maybe. Or
Where
maybe
did this
nickname.
come up at?
I thought you just called. I thought that's what you called them.
No, I said Lexar, but maybe it sounded like Flexar. So
Lexar.
He likes that one. It's like his new big Papa Pump character or something. There he goes. Look at him.
Look at this, buddy. Look what came in the mail today.
Bam.
By my pal, my buddy, my amigo, my compadre, my brother, Tazo the Greek sent this to me.
Excellent. Thank you, Tazo.
Gonna read it from cover to cover. Right after I get disinfected. No. Very cool. Thank you, Tazo. This is very nice of you to send. This is very rare to find.
Autobiography or fictional?
Biography. The biography of Lou Thez by the man himself, Lou Thez, and Kirk Bowman.
Not even on Amazon Prime.
Nope. What are you sending me, Lexar? I don't see no presents from Lexar.
Uh-oh.
Lexar has graced you with the presence of Lexar. He denied us for it for so long, but now he's back, and it feels so good.
Oh, I thought Tazo was giving himself the Pafo there for a second.
Oh, my.
Do you think we'll ever get a live Pafo on the show?
Oh, jeez. If you bring it up, it might happen. I don't know. I might have to black my camera out and be like, I'm not a part of this.
Oh, I thought so. We couldn't see you blowing yourself.
No.
I actually have. I'm going to wear it next week because I wear it today, but I want to wear an AEW shirt. Not by choice. It came in my pro wrestling crate, but I have a Genius Lanny Poffo t-shirt now.
Hey.
Bam. Genius Lanny Poffo.
It was pretty nice out there. That's cool. All righty then. What did Steven was probably watching the Raw? Was it a rip roaring good time? Were you throwing babies in the air, shooting the guns like Inchman?
Well, I guess you would call it the white flag edition of Monday Night Raw because it certainly looks like they threw it up.
Well, that's not a very good
The We Give Up edition of Raw.
The We Give Up edition.
Well, their response to AEW All Out was like 8. How many tag teams were there? 8 of tag team turmoil. I mean, and it was a foregone conclusion about who was going to win it. So, but yeah, it's just like I think I even fell asleep during some of it.
Really? You fall asleep? No.
Lexar told me he loved Raw. He said he thought it was the show of the year.
Like to see, I would turn on Raw and then I would go over here to this couch, sit down and try and watch it, but then I would fall asleep.
Oh no.
Any dirty times happen on that couch? The old boom boom boom.
He always has to ask that question, I guess.
I don't know, I'm just curious. It looks like Steven's love den.
No, this is my man cave in the sky.
Okay. All right. Man's cave in the sky.
Yes, because I'm in the attic.
Nice. Geraldine has joined us. Hello.
What's going on?
Good to see you here.
I didn't have to work tonight.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, that's good.
I know, right?
You can stick around and not have to work.
You can listen to all this bullshit.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of it too.
I have something. I'll get to it in a minute, but I brought it here just for Geraldine.
Oh, really?
It's very cool.
What is it?
We have to wait and see. You got to build up anticipation. Stevie,
I said show it right now.
Whoa, he's demanding. Old Flexar over here.
He's not taking any of your shit. He wants it now.
Right now.
Lexar is wearing the Daniel Bryan AEW t-shirt. I see right out of the shop zone.
Yeah. Listen to you. You're like Jim Ross. You're calling it shop zone, isn't it? Like AEW shop or something like that.
Whatever, bitch.
Look at Vince. He's got a kitty there. Or Vic. I'm sorry, not Vince. Jesus Christ.
We're gonna fire you, Incher.
I know, fire me. I deserve it.
It's a Jim Ross moment there.
Yeah, it was. It was. Meow.
All right, Stevie boy. What else was going on the Raw that kept you nodding off?
Well, so the destruction of Karrion Kross continues. So he's involved in this comedy match with John Morrison. And I guess the big spot in that match was John Morrison splashing him with the dripstick.
The dripstick.
The dripstick.
I got a dripstick for you.
Oh, no. And I continue to hate and despise this WWE policy of to earn a title shot, you've got to beat the champions. We had another one.
Yeah, I always hated that too. I don't see why you would want to beat the champion before you put him in a match together.
Yeah, because I don't want to see the rematch for the belts when they've already beaten them. But Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley beat Natty and Tamina to earn a title shot.
Natty and Tamina won since they won the belts. I mean, it seems like they're getting jobbed out on SmackDown and now getting jobbed out on Raw.
Mhm.
What a team is that? Rhea Ripley and Nikki Ash. Why would they be a team?
I guess because they come from NXT.
That's the only thing they got in common.
I guess.
Yeah.
They're the Batman and Robin of WWE.
Yeah, but Rhea Ripley's not a superhero.
Oh, that would be a total destruction of Rhea Ripley if they had her as
She
a
starts
superhero.
acting like a dipshit.
And I was looking forward to the Charlotte versus Nia Jax rematch for the title, but I guess there was nothing. Nothing went bad with this match, and Charlotte kept the belt. So
Yeah, they're getting along now. They're not shooting on each other. If it
Golgo says there's nothing like lipstick on your dripstick.
Oh my goodness!
But that was just a setup for what I guess is the inevitable Alexa Bliss versus Charlotte feud for the belt. I don't know if anybody wants to see that, but we're gonna get it anyway. So,
Intra's been wanting it.
Me? You know it. That Alexa Bliss, she's a ring general.
All right. So this is what I brought down here for Geraldine. A jar of pickles. I'm going to eat a pickle here live on the show.
That's a sucker punch.
Yeah, sucker punch pickles.
Ay, Dios mío.
What makes it a sucker punch?
Garlic dill fire.
Mm.
Well, are they like spicy or something?
Yeah, they're spicy.
Tamale.
Have you ever had one before?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
You like those pickles, huh?
Mm-hmm. You can watch me eat these on my OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you're giving away here for free.
Yeah.
A sneak peek.
That's
I
right.
eat them much slower and more seductively on the OnlyFans.
Oh no.
You do like private videos there, right?
Exactly. All right. You going with your raw review while I eat my pickle.
Mhm.
Yes, only on In Your Head can we go from guys with fries to pops with pickles.
Mm-hmm. Pops with pickles. Sucker punch.
Gourmet.
Got a naked fireman on it for some reason.
Naked fireman, or is his head just on fire?
No, he's like an old time boxer with a fire helmet on.
Armor burns, man.
I thought he was a member of Devo.
They're good. Look at all the see, they got a lot of spices in there.
It's nice.
I think you're just trying to hurt your son's feelings by eating pickles that are not by his company.
My classic.
Yeah.
Wolf Walk,
the
you'd send
boy
me some
cry.
free pickles. All right. Well, that was riveting. I meant my pickle eating. Not the raw report. The raw report was good.
well, I think it was a bad mistake for the finals of this long tag team turmoil to be Bobby Lashley and MVP versus AJ Styles and Omos, because you had Omos in the ring with Bobby Lashley, and really Lashley looks small. Everybody looks small with Omos in the ring,
Mhm.
but putting the champion in there against Omos, I thought was probably a bad idea.
Wait a minute. So Bobby Lashley, I thought, why would they even do this match? Don't they want to like build Omos up into something big? Like, did he just lose to Lashley or?
No, I think they beat MVP. MVP
it's
lost.
tag team.
Yeah,
I
but-
see.
yeah,
Aren't they all heels?
and they're all heels. That's right. In the finals of this tag team turmoil, all four heels.
did almost like use his ring prowess to like show MVP what was up before he had to like drop and lose the match.
Well,
like,
he was looking
showing
pretty
that he's
good.
a ring general.
Yeah, well, he was looking pretty good against Lashley. I thought
Who's the better giant between Omos, the Great Khali, and Giant Gonzalez?
Well, that's a tough one.
Yeah, it is a tough one.
I don't think I've seen enough Omos to know. But
Yeah.
Baba. Giant Baba.
He's not that popular yet.
I think I have a body like Giant Baba. What do you think? Right? Because he had this big giant torso that he's like, he had that head of a Homo sapien Chinese man, but then he had the body of like an Anthropithecus. Remember? It was like all like triangular and bony. Nobody?
No, I'm not getting that, Tazo.
Yeah, well, you and Jack have proven that you don't know anything about fucking Japanese wrestling. So anyway,
they really get mad. I noticed that Japanese wrestling fans, it's not like if you just don't watch it. I've been like I haven't been mean about it. I just said don't watch it. But like you guys get really pissed off if people don't watch it.
Quit being so elitist. We just don't know. We don't know.
Why does it make you so angry, Tazo?
it doesn't make me angry per se.
You just say you're just all pissed. You about ready to kill me or something.
I mean, you don't even know who Minoru Suzuki is. You don't know who Satoshi Kojima is. And he's like literally a nobody practically in my opinion. But
then why would we know who he is?
Well, you should kind of have a basic idea who these.
He just said he's a nobody, but we should all know who he is.
He's not a nobody. All right, let me rephrase. That was bad. But basically, you guys are in this bubble of WWE. I mean, I get it. You can't watch everything, but maybe you should just not watch WWE and watch.
I haven't watched WWE besides the pay-per-views in like 2 years.
Whatever. I just hear excuses.
I know Naito. I know him.
I know the Great Muta.
You know Okada, right? I mean, you know some of these guys, but I would say taking a dive into whatever. Do whatever you want. I don't give a
I'm just gonna be chill and not attack these unknown senior citizens.
I like
Okada.
Did I say Okada already?
I mean, Jesus Christ, Mazawa's dead, but you got like I guess some Kawhi. So you got like Kota Ibushi would be a good. Anyway, whatever. Just forget.
I like Peter.
Just move
on. Super Dragon.
No, let's just be chill now.
Be chill.
There you go.
Be chill.
Just be chill.
Be chill. Yeah.
Is Tajiri still in action?
He wrestled on one of the shows that I watched, but that was a year or two ago whenever I was watching it. So I'm not sure if he's still out there.
I'm a big fan of Ultimo Dragon.
Preach, Jack. Preach.
There you go. Look at that.
Talk about more current dudes, you know.
You were just saying Giant Baba, asshole.
Yeah, that was a joke because I said like my upper body, right? Because I have no muscle or fat. It looks.
I don't know about that.
I don't think Giant Baba like ever did anything. Actually, he was the owner.
Why are you picking on poor Giant Baba? The man's passed away.
Weird. He was.
What if his widow's watching this show?
Poor lady. Wasn't she blowing Johnny Ace or something?
Hey, goodness. Now. Be chill, man. We apologize, Mrs.
Wow, that I
Giant
even
Baba.
know that. You even know that. Hey, pretty good, Jack. You know the dirty shit. Right. Anyway, continue. Sorry to unchill the.
How about that Ricky Dozan?
Ricky Dozan.
Jushin Thunder Liger.
I do. I have a Jushin Thunder Liger mask too. I don't have it down here though.
I mean, Kenny Omega wrestled in DDT. Don't forget, that's kind of where he got his start. If I'm not mistaken.
Maybe on a future episode.
And same with Kota Ibushi, and same with I mean, look, when I was started watching this shit the second time around, I'm more interested in sort of like just whatever. It doesn't really matter. Forget it. Just
you made those names up to make us look bad. That's all.
I didn't watch your pay-per-view here anyway.
You didn't?
Nah.
Ours?
I did not. I watched.
You can't come on the show and bitch that we don't watch wrestling that you personally like, and then be like, "Why I don't watch a wrestling?" Look, you watch what you like. You can't get mad if we watch something we like and don't watch something we haven't seen. I'm not even saying I don't like. I just haven't seen it.
But that's the
and then you're totally oblivious to other stuff we're talking about.
I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not necessarily mad, personal, but it's you.
Well, you're mad in the sense that you're like mental.
Well, you and Incher should know these guys. Everyone else really depends, right?
Oh, I'm all up in it.
But
Incher knows these people.
I know everybody.
He's always texting me. He's like, "Have you seen Sakuraka Nuki?"
Sakuraka Nuki is probably the best wrestler in the world right now. Sakuraka Nuki. I think he took Bryan Danielson and he showed him what was up back in the day.
Yep.
He taught him everything that the man knows.
At that AJPW relaunch.
Mm-hmm. I remember that show.
I was there. XPW's coming back, Taz. Are you excited about that?
What show's coming? What's coming back?
XPW.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. I had some old VHS XPW tapes, and they're pretty interesting. And then later on, so I have some favorites from that.
Yeah, well, this is going to be a whole new roster.
Cool. Sounds cool.
A whole new
get excited
roster
these days. There's so much stuff going on. In
Rob
life.
Black is coming to the show.
Cool. Is Messiah going to be there with or without thumbs?
Messiah's
how many cores are there going to be in the building? Is homeless Jimmy going to be there with his? Anyway, did you say XPW? Sounds like a party. I'll be right back. I'm going to start the party now. I'm going to get the cocaine.
Yep, the Diet Coke.
He's going to get some cocaine, Jack.
How are you doing, Geraldine? Are you gonna go party with Tazo?
No, thank you.
You want to get some crazy, do some blow?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. No.
All right. You can come out and watch 12 hours of horror movies with me on Halloween.
Okay, I'll be there.
All right.
One of them will be Which Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
That actually played it. That actually played at one of the ones.
I don't want to watch that one.
Yeah, because she
hates that one.
Yeah, she's not into clowns.
Not that one. I'm not into that. I'm not.
But Killer Clowns from Outer Space did play at it was a 12-hour marathon I went to. I go to it every year. I didn't go last year because they had it, but it was a small crowd because of COVID.
I know. The other day you posted the one clown in the woods or something like that.
That played at my film festival this weekend.
I don't like that. I don't like it, but I'm gonna support it anyways.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that. We know the director, Adrian Esposito. He actually did a documentary that I'm in, which is very cool.
I hate clowns. I'm sorry.
I understand. See, it's an effective movie. Then it's scaring you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It's like when I was really young. My mom always had at my parties, like birthday parties, always had clowns, and they freaked me out. I don't know why, and it just never stopped. It just stayed like that.
I will not dress as a clown for the marathon.
No.
What if we painted ourselves up to look like clowns? Would you show up for that show?
Sure.
Okay.
Show up.
So are you a Crip or a Blood here, Jonathan Jackson? I see conflicting colors.
I'm practicing unity and trying to be chill. Okay.
I appreciate that. I grew up in the main streets of Cape Cod, so I know all about the gang signs and the colors.
Yeah, we're all a part of the MDK gang. Murder, death, kill.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. You got to get out the pizza cutter.
Oh yeah. Well, not today. I'm trying to be chill.
He's trying to be chill.
It's in the dishwasher.
He's trying to be tassels. Anastasio, what?
Anastasio Theodosiadis.
He's just dancing right now.
Is he pantsless right now? What's going on?
Could be. I don't know.
If he comes back with his wang hanging out.
Oh my god, I want to see that.
She's like, I'll take clowns. I'm not taking Tazo.
Yes. I take a clown anytime.
What is he doing? I don't think that's the same house he was at last week. Do you?
No, I don't think so either. It looks different.
Yeah,
that's the summer house.
Does he just break into random people's houses?
And put his fish tanks
goes and he delivers the fish tanks, and then he kills the owners, and then he zooms in your head while he's still, in mid home invasion.
Yes,
oh man,
exactly.
I guess his home has been flooded of Ida water.
What was that?
His home has been flooded by Hurricane Ida.
No, man. No one here was hit by Hurricane Ida. I got some storms, but nothing too bad. The goose is on the loose.
What's up?
Hey, Goose.
Is this the first time we've had 10 people?
I think so.
Yeah, there's a lot of people today.
Yeah.
In Your Head Battle Royal featuring the Headyverse.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Intergender match.
See.
10-man match. 10-person match. What is
Two more, and we can have a 4-way trios match.
Goosey's calling in to see Tazo.
Yeah.
How you doing, Goosey? It's good to see you.
Yeah, what's up, guys? It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Most definitely has.
Oh, this is unfortunate. Stellar Steven brings up, which I don't think we brought up last week because I think it happened after the show. Was Daphne passed away?
Yeah, that's so.
It was really nice to us at FanFest.
Oh yeah. It's a shame to hear about that, but
really shame. What happened? It's she was on Twitch. I guess she's been battled depression for a long time, and said she was going to kill herself. And apparently she did. It's really, really real shame. Just a year older than I am.
Mm-hmm. Jeez.
It was really sad because she really was asking people for help, and she kept doing it, and nobody will help her.
Yeah.
And I feel that because I seen like the Ashley Massaro happened the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
These girls have a lot of pressure for looking good when they get older, and they have to keep looking young. They have to do a lot of things with their image, and they get stuck after 40.
Yeah. The same thing in movies for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real shame. You never hear anyone say anything, not that it would matter, but you never hear anyone ever say anything bad about her either. She's always apparently a really nice person, was always a really nice person to people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And really, I think before her time, I think if she would have been around kind of in the current era, she would have done really well, because the alternative look, they give more of a shot to people like that, and women's wrestling has grown in popularity. I think she would have done really well right now, and there's more places too.
If I may interject,
mm-hmm.
I think that I feel like she got pigeonholed into that crazy gimmick because creative just didn't have anything better for her when and I'm talking like back in WCW and the invasion wars, so to speak. She was really underutilized when it came to that, and I feel like that if 5-6 years younger, she probably would have been a dominant force in the WWE right now.
Yeah.
Given the appropriate setup, a good angle, she could have easily led the Riot Squad. No doubt in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Stellar Steven says Daphne versus Ruby Soho would have been a dream match of his.
Yeah.
Yeah, her with when Paige was active, there would have been a lot of good stuff between those two, or with those two as a tag team.
Yeah, her run in TNA was actually really good. So,
yeah, I think that's where she got hurt pretty bad. Was against Rosie. A lot of love.
She's actually coming back. She posted it on her Instagram, I think it was.
Yeah.
Rosie, a lot of love.
God, I hope not. Isn't that
I
Nia
think
Jax?
she did come back. She lost a lot of weight and came back as a different name.
Yeah.
I think she was saying Daphne was going to come back.
Oh, I see.
She would have made a great female manager for like a Darby Allin.
Oh yeah, that would be a good. Yeah, definitely.
Should have been a good manager for like Goldust or Stardust too. No, I don't know.
Good. Maybe a valet for Stardust.
Are you going down on that mic?
Yes, she would really be. You know what I'd like to have seen Daphne do? Some ball torture on Lexar. That would have been pretty cool.
Whoa. Would be screaming Lexar.
You're all a bunch of grandmas, you know that? You're all a bunch of
screaming Lexar. I made a joke.
You're all a bunch of grandmas, and I want to.
I guess I am. I am kind of.
Necklaces is what I want.
Anoint me with your girl necklace, Tazo.
Gyro sauce.
Gyro sauce. I don't know if I want that from him.
Look at Lexar flexing. Flexar, and Goosey. Goosey, Flexar. Now, I don't know if you know this, Lexar, but Goosey's a huge fan of yours on the Facebook. So I
do like me some Lexar. He's a good character to have around.
I'll return soon to Facebook, but it's going to take some time, though.
Why?
I have to work out the kinks.
Just return.
Yeah, don't be too far into those kinks.
Well, you're going to have to wait until probably after the AEW shows.
Yeah. Yeah, just
photos.
Just if you get the Nigerian sob story, Lexar, don't send them your bank card.
Don't be going on webcam or anything.
No, those send pictures.
Yeah.
Send me your
it's like going to a strip club. You go to a strip club, you see a bunch of women you don't know taking up the clothes for you.
So you just whip out your wiener and start going. Boom, 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 boom.
Just if you want to do that, just open an OnlyFans. So people pay you to do it.
I heard a woman like a guy.
Tazo's going to be paying money to see you on OnlyFans.
Yeah,
I'm sure he would.
I definitely would, Lexar. Me and you and OnlyFans. I'm gonna come over to your house with some toys.
Smoke.
And some smoke.
Yeah, smoking his pole is what he's going to want me to do.
Ideals.
Not Lexar. This is just a word of advice. I know you're a good, trusting guy, but I love Tazo. He's a great man, but don't let him over your house.
We'll just hang out in his front porch at his house in Brooklyn.
At his this house. Is the last time we'll ever see Lexar.
No, Lexar. Send me your address. I have I'm going to send you some wrestling paraphernalia as well.
He's like a Greek dick. He's like a Greek vampire. Don't invite him.
Hey, he sent Jones an expensive book. So
yeah, about hookers and prostitutes.
I'm a fearless man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fear trains, and I don't fear Tazo.
You should fear trains, but
fuck the trains. I walk down the tracks, and I say, "These tracks are my bitch." And sure, boom.
I was. You sent me that photo while my dad was in the back seat of the car, and we were waiting.
Did you both just piss your pants in fear?
I pulled out my phone to look at your text. And my dad seen the picture that you sent, and he said, "Who the hell is that?"
Oh my God!
I said,
"That man has no fear in his whole body."
No, he said, what's he doing? I was like, "He's walking on the tracks. He thinks it's funny because I always tell him how dangerous it is." And he goes, "Well, he won't think it's funny when they're picking him up with a shovel."
Ooh. Oh man.
Scraping them off the front of the train with the long pole.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, you're a bunch of chickens. Chickens, I say. I think both you and your dad are yeller.
Wait a minute. I did say, in your defense, I said, he says only people who are drunk or want to kill themselves or get hit by the train. And my dad did say, "Well, yeah, that is a lot of it."
Then he shot the phone.
So now I feel like I'm just left out to dry. I got nobody on my team here. Goosey, are you fearful of train tracks? Do you stay away from the train tracks, or
I do stay away from the train tracks. There's living in Minneapolis. There's a lot more things to fear than the train tracks these days, though. So.
See,
I would say there's more likelihood. Well, if you live in a bad area, there's more likelihood to run into like some bad people on the train. But to actually get hit by a train, it's not going to happen.
Hey, wait a minute. You know, in New York, a lot of people get pushed in the subway these days.
The subway that's not the same as a locomotive. That's a completely different type of train. No, I'm not going down in the subway, hanging out with bums in the tunnels.
I heard Tasso always goes down in the subway.
Well, according to Jason Takes Manhattan, they also keep toxic waste.
That's very true. Subways. And they turn you into a young version of yourself.
Yeah, they do.
Never understood that movie.
That's what happens.
Tazo, you like riding the train? You've been a part of a few trains, haven't you?
Good one, Jack. Go on. No, I hate the fucking train. Honestly, that's why I work in my.
Turn it down, Stutter Steven.
Yeah, no, I hate the train. I do not like the train. I take the R train, which is actually a pretty poorly planned train, so you're always waiting a very long time to get to where the fuck you're going. But yeah, man, I'm glad I don't take the train anymore. The public train, yeah.
Does the A train go to Tensai Station?
I have a question for the panel here.
Yes.
If Geraldine and I go to the 12-hour horror movie marathon, they also have a costume contest. What should we dress up as? What would be a good costume? So,
Morticia and Gomez.
Or Uncle Fester. That's a good one.
I like that.
Yeah, okay.
You can get a wig.
Yeah, that's my vote.
For Gomez.
Thomas the Tank Engine.
Just go as a human centipede.
We should dress as Thomas the Tank Engine. It's like one of those costumes when the two people play the horses. And we're
Well, I could be Jackie Jones and you guys could run over me. Or, here I am walking on the tracks. Got my headphones on.
Well, actually, I don't wear the headphones anymore. Now I do the wireless earbuds.
I'm surprised you don't have like some noise canceling headphones.
Well, I had to wear mine today because everybody's sleeping.
I see.
The best way to zoom in anyway. I always keep the headphones.
Mm-hmm.
I would, but I don't want to cover up. I want people to see all this.
They can see all of this.
My ears look really big lately. What was that?
So they can see all of this. Look,
it's true.
Nothing about me is covered up.
I think you're. I forget.
What were you saying?
I was going to say something obvious. So
say it, bitch.
I'm not saying it now. I don't want to be obvious.
You don't. It was probably just something you forgot.
I was going to say, I think everything is covered up on you, Jonathan Jackson.
What?
See, that's why I stopped. I didn't want to say it.
That didn't even make any sense.
Because I was going to say, I think everything's covered, but I said, I'm not going to say it.
See? Are you like intoxicated or something?
I'm kind of delirious at the moment. No, I am delirious. Tired. I am tired. I'm sorry.
Where are you guys going again?
Who?
Horror thing? You're going to a horror thing?
Going to the chapel and then
Village after midnight.
Gonna get married.
Chapel of Love.
Chapel of Love.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see here. Here I am on the train, Incher.
Yeah, I know you like riding the train.
Riding the intro train.
Riding the A train.
Walking down the tracks, and sure.
Bam.
Is that Ric Flair on the train there?
No, I think Ric Flair likes to eat at the Y instead of riding the train.
He said that wasn't him on that picture.
Yeah, but I don't believe it. I think he's just saying it wasn't him because he doesn't want his wife known.
Even
it
if
wasn't his wife in the picture.
It looked like him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's him.
Even if we had like undisputed evidence that it wasn't Ric Flair, we would probably still say it's Ric Flair.
We've got Stellar Steven on the line here with us. Almost looks like William Morey.
Shut up. Okay.
Are you really William Morey?
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah, it could be like his brother.
Maybe I'm a Twin Peaks evil twin.
I don't know I don't think I'd want to meet the evil twin of William Morey. Pretty sure he's already the evil twin.
He's got heel heat. I know that.
Pretty sure. I spent a lot of time with William Morey in the old days. And,
yeah, we found him recently on YouTube. We're trying to get him.
No shit.
Yep.
No, yeah, get him back. Tell him I'm here. He'll come on back.
I think we should send Jonathan Jackson out because he had his moves down.
No, there's one of two things you can do. You can tell him I'm back here, or Stephanie McMahon's going to be on the show.
You like Stephanie, eh?
I never met a man so impassioned.
Oh, he loved your feet.
By the magnificence of Stephanie McMahon. If he could be Triple H for a day and it would cost him a testicle, he would do it.
Oh my goodness.
No questions asked.
Golgo says Jack is a man that knows no fear. He would even walk down the tracks all on the third rail.
The third rail? What you on the third rail for now?
No, that's only Subway. A locomotive doesn't have the third rail.
No, it does not.
Some locomotives has those wires in the air.
Yeah, they do have that for power. Yeah.
Isn't that more of a cable car? Or?
No. Amtrak has it.
I don't know. I don't ride the fucking train. I have a car.
Then you're missing out. Easy E.
Oh, no.
You don't ride Amtrak, you're missing out potential spectacle of this country because you get to see
saying it doesn't get any easier than the Amtrak.
I've been to 3 WrestleMania
Lexar's such an Amtrak fan.
I went to 3 WrestleMania trips only on Amtrak.
Boom! No booyah! Booyaka!
In your face! In your
How many times did people get hit by a train?
Whoa, Stellar Steven, the hair is like rocking, man.
What happened, bro? Nice.
That's pretty awesome. I approve.
Pompadour.
Yeah.
The Jericho-esque coif.
Jericho-esque.
So what's going on, Steven? The stellar one?
He looks like The Weeknd.
Who?
Kind of, yeah.
I don't know who that is. I'm too old to know these references.
Give us the times, old man.
I thought he looked like the Big Bopper.
Goodbye, baby.
You son of
Chantilly.
That's who was big when I was a kid. The Big
I don't think your
Bopper.
mic's on, Steve. Am I wrong?
You're muted.
Yeah, I turn it off and on. I gotta get my earbuds.
Oh, no problem. I heard you fine. All right, Goose on the loose. What's happening?
Oh, nothing. Just checking in, see how you guys are doing.
We love it.
Yeah.
Excited.
Anybody got a question, a topic, a comment they want to ask, they want to bring up, or should we get to these questions?
Get to my question before Nikhil Callahan's.
I have a question.
All right.
Do you think within the next calendar year, AEW out television ratings Monday Night Raw?
Will they beat?
Not on a consistent, just one time, not like consistently or anything.
Yeah. I mean, they actually weren't that far off for the debut of Punk.
I'm gonna say it right now, Goosey. This week, their ratings will be higher than Monday Night Raw.
Booyaka!
That's my prediction.
Ooh. I just want the shows to do well. I understand the question, but I am happy that there's a rise in interest.
Second option. Boy, howdy, if we had to just watch strictly Raw and SmackDown every week, I would have probably committed suicide like 12 months ago.
Oh no.
You
don't want to do that.
That's a little bit extreme. There's so much stuff to watch.
I would have at least quit watching wrestling. But that's I don't know how people do it the way Monday night. That show is just the worst television for 3 hours you could imagine.
Even is dedicated. That's why.
Yes. It's like you can't turn your eyes away from how bad something can really be. Like, I think that's why I'm looking forward to Alexa Bliss versus Charlotte Flair, just to see how awful it's going to be.
Yeah, it's like watching a train crash.
Now, is this a reference again to me walking down the train?
Yep.
I think so.
Now, see, if you were
watching
like
the train crash into Jack.
If you were like me,
I can see it now. It's like, here's Jack. He's walking. Here comes the train. Oh man!
Then I'd get up, dust myself off, and just go back to walking.
Was he rope tied tracks though?
Well, he was walking, so he was listening to his audiobook and he didn't hear the train coming.
Didn't he shoot pin the train?
I
think I could probably take a train.
Yeah, I think so too.
From Tazo or
what? Oh my.
Intra's so happy now.
Tazo's all dancing. He's happy about it too.
What were you about to ask, Geraldine?
Look at him. He's happy. Oh my goodness.
He's putting on the mood lights.
Oh my god.
Come on, ride the train.
I kind of fear for the fish. Do you think he ever has any inappropriate behavior with any of the fish?
Probably.
Yeah. He needs a manatee for that, right?
Well, he was doing something with like a crawfish earlier.
Looks like he's dancing the Macarena.
I don't want to know.
Macarena.
Those old fish get desperate, you know?
Does watching Tazo's move turn you on at all, Geraldine? Or
no, not at all. That's a mood killer.
It's got a lethal box jellyfish, I heard.
You're muted, Tazo.
You're not Jones and to go one-on-one with the great one over here.
Don't take notes on the dancing Lexar. Does that look anything like the Lexar? What he's doing?
No, not at all.
Right. So I got to get to these questions here about Lexar. But were you about to ask something, Geraldine, before when I asked earlier?
I forgot.
All right. Well, if you think about it, listen. These are from Lexar. The Miz, he's right here with us. The Miz is going to be part of a new season of Dancing with the Stars. Are you intrigued?
No.
Nope.
I did like him when he was on that show on MTV.
I'm a fan of the Miz. I'm just not a fan of
Real World.
Real World.
Yeah, I like that. He was funny.
I've never watched I've never seen an episode.
What?
I know. I'm not a big reality. Man, he seemed shocked. Seemed let down.
That was from the late 90s, early 2000s.
Topic 2. AEW is trying to get the final countdown for Bryan Danielson, but it was too costly for the company.
$50K.
Yeah, $50K every time it was used from what I read.
I think they're good with the
what's the source on that?
I thought it was Meltzer, but I could be wrong.
They could use the
Wrestling
final cage
Insider.
down.
Oh, PWI. So yeah. Pretty credible source.
Roll Bill. Bill Apter.
Any chance of Jack going to Grand Slam? What's Grand Slam?
Is that the show at Arthur Ashe Stadium in New York?
What is it?
I think it's a live Dynamite at where they play the U.S.
Stadium.
Open.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I looked into it. Tickets are like $1,000 a
Oh,
piece.
shit. Well, if you buy me a ticket, I'll come out.
Ask I tell Matt.
Question from the Headyverse. We did them. Sorry. Would you sneak in the AEW Heels rally to mingle with the female wrestling fans and try to find a new girlfriend? Man,
has that happened before?
Would that girlfriend be Ty Conti? Because then yes.
I would say any girl that was at the AEW show is already hooked up with the a fan that brought her. You know, they're probably already with somebody. I'm saying
Can't be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but once they see me eating a pickle, they'll be like, hot damn.
It's all over.
Once I start doing some of those moves Tazo was doing.
Yeah, totally.
Then they kick me out. Do you like Ricky Lake better as an actress or a talk show host?
What?
Talk show host.
She an actress? I thought she just do talk shows.
Wasn't she in one of the John Waters movies?
Ricky Lake, yeah, she was in Crybaby.
Crybaby. Was she in Hairspray too?
I think she was in Hairspray as well.
So I actually know her more as an actress, so I will say I like her better as an actress.
That wasn't a joke, like John Waters and Ricky Lake. Well, Joan Rivers was there too.
Yeah, Ricky Lake. She was in Crybaby back in the day. Yeah,
I thought he was making a water joke.
And Hairspray. Yeah, I like those movies. So
this just in from Brains. He says apparently Kevin Owens is hinting at leaving WWE for AEW. That would be big.
Fightful mentioned his contract is up in January.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see it. He hasn't done shit for a long time.
Yeah, but yet it's like, how many people can AEW hire? I mean, they're going to have like their whole roster.
All of them. They got Dark and Dark Elevation. They can hire them all.
Yeah.
And Rampage.
Yeah.
Do you like Ellen DeGeneres as an actress or a talk show host?
None.
I'm with you. I'm not a fan of big fan.
I like her as a tyrant.
Yeah, she's not supposed to be a very nice person. Are you a big fan of Ellen, Lexar?
It's kind of like mixed.
Hey, I like that. Look at that shirt by Stellar Steven. That's pretty sweet.
Damn. Heck yeah. Evil Genius.
Evil Genius. This is an old school 2013 without your head work shirt. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see. I'm trying to get back up. Back to showing everybody here. Are the people in West Virginia excited for college football?
Sure.
I don't know. I don't live there.
As far as I know.
I don't either.
Mothman team yet?
No Mothman team.
West Virginia.
We got the Mothman.
That's what, if they need an XFL team, the WV Mothman. Or just the WVs, if you catch my drift.
Just ask The Rock.
Can Steven Butler watch and review WCW Super Brawl 4?
He can, but will he?
That's the question.
Oh my.
Okay, you got it.
He made a sticky note for it.
Good man. Laquan Vanderpool Higgins wants to know. Thunder Rosa should have won the Battle Royal. Why does Khan refuse to listen to the fans? I'm a big fan of Thunder Rosa and would have no problem with her winning, but I actually think they had the right person win. It's a good debut for Soho, and it's also a fresh match we have not seen.
Why doesn't why doesn't Tony Khan listen to the fans?
Seems like he does to me. It's a lot of fan people. Seems like he listens to the fans.
Happens to every promoter. They just get in that position.
Vanderpool Higgins.
The hell with the fans.
Hey, when is Vern Gunn gonna listen to the fans? Oh, that's.
Oh man,
Vern's gone, isn't he?
Do you think the Marks are drinking their own hallucinogenic piss, thinking Adam Cole is as big as CM Punk and Danielson?
You know, I was thinking that the other day.
While you were drinking the hallucinogenic piss?
Just entered your thoughts randomly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, Adam Cole is definitely a big name.
Look at Tazo. He's the Das Wunderkind.
What the?
Is that?
He's the Das Wunderkind.
Hey, copyright infringement.
Is that copyright infringement or gimmick infringement? Right. That's gimmick infringement.
Are we going to see the dance?
Oh my god.
Pew, 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 pew.
That's not how he dances.
What the hell was that?
That's not how he dances.
Show us, Lexar. Show us how it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
it up,
There you go.
Lexar.
Steven got it.
Come on, Lexar. Let's see the Lexar move.
No, Stutter Steven. Just watch Stutter Steven.
Yo, it's me, the new whatever German dude. What's up, Alexa? I'm gonna beat your ass, bitch, in German. Woo, what's up?
Dude.
Oh,
he's throwing down on the show, Alex, right?
Very interesting.
He's the new Das Wunderkind.
He's throwing down a threat in German because he said it was in German.
Fire.
Da ist den Heiden right.
Oh, here's a good question for the Headyverse. Will Tasso remain Das Wunderkind, or will he become Berlin?
That is the ultimate question.
Is his walls gonna fall down?
What's the ultimate solution to this dilemma?
Even a follow-up question: does that make Lexar the Wall?
Like,
not tall enough, though.
Yes, it does.
Not tall enough.
Boom! What's your favorite and least favorite moment from All Out from Laquan Vanderpool Higgins? I like the Punk Darby Allin match was my favorite, and my least favorite thing was Big Show versus QT Marshall.
Favorite part was Bryan Danielson making his return, and my least favorite part was probably Big Show QT Marshall as well. So I have to take your answer there, Jack.
Jack, you're talking about old school in your heads without your head stuff. Remember when you made those for the message board?
Yui. That is my brother drew pictures of all the different members, and that was
back in the day when the Flea used to do that stuff.
Yeah. We have some new ones up now. Not as cool as that one. Marty Jannetty. Oh, this isn't from Marty Jannetty, but Aul sends a picture in. Let me see this here. I'll share this picture he sent to us. I asked you this: if you woke up and had a dick in your mouth and a dick in your ass, which one would you take out first? It's a very interesting question. It's an interesting dilemma.
Don't we need to know what happened before this happened? Well, I guess we know what happened. That's kind of obvious.
Yeah. So Winter, you wake up, you got the dong in the mouth and one in the booty. Which one do you take out first? Or you just leave them both in? I don't know. Just like fuck it.
Gee, I don't know.
All right. Well, if one of them was mine, he's just going to leave that one in. Dobbs, Dean, Maya. Did anyone else have an answer for that one?
No.
Dobbs, Dean, Maya. Were you guys filled with the wrestling jizz this weekend?
Wait.
I guess
I was filled with wrestling goodness. It was a good weekend for wrestling.
You're so fired up about it, you got kicked from Facebook.
I know exactly. 7 days. Can people live without me for 6 more days?
It was like Hanukkah. The gift keeps coming.
Hey, he's going. Steven's happy. He's like, man, I have to deal with this guy for 7 days.
Yeah.
Dobbs, Dean, Maya. Where is Jason Mitten? And what happened to the 5 labors of Mitten? I think he quit Facebook.
I texted Jason Mitten earlier today, and he replied. So he's still around.
Dobbs, Dean, Maya. Jamie Hayter's buttocks. Discuss. Well, I like a big booty. That's pretty nice.
I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
He's facing Ruby Soho tomorrow night, so that'll be
a good match.
Oh yeah,
that'll be a dream match.
I have a song, all about butts, big booties.
Sing it.
I could play. I don't know if I could play. I think I could actually play that one on the show.
I think John knows the lyrics. Song man.
Yeah. You've heard it, I'm sure. Let's see. Who is Miro's god? I think the Lana idea is good. I like that.
Yeah.
Dobbs, Dean, Maya. When they come for you, what are you going to do?
Just give myself up. Just say, take me.
Is that away. Robbie Scar?
Call Ghostbusters?
What you gonna do? Call Ghostbusters. Woo! Man. Which promotion has the best looking women?
AEW.
There's a lot of good. They both have some good looking ladies, but
be chill. They're all good looking.
Yeah.
Probably AEW, but there's a lot. We get Liv Morgan and Mandy Rose. There's a lot of good ones on WWE too.
They've each got their ugly ones too. Like Dana Brooke looks like a balloon animal, but
yeah, they do have several that look like mannequins. Al, with everything going on in the world right now, would Incher feel safer if Donald Trump was still his president?
Yes.
I don't think it really matters, honestly. I think COVID's going to do what it's going to do. That's all it is to it.
Dobbs, Dean, Maya. Does Incher know what part of Ireland he originates from?
Dobbs, Dean, Maya. What part of Ireland? No, I don't really. That's bad. Wish I knew.
Man, are you really Irish? Or you just say it to be cool?
I just said it a long time ago and just rode that wave all the way to now.
I'm pretty sure he's from the same part of Ireland as Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh!
Oh!
Tough guy!
Tough guy! Got my 2x4.
Man, those two cheap anymore.
Oh! Let's see here. Hello to the chat. By the way, Golgo says he likes Ricky Lake's show.
It's innovative back in the day.
Look at that works with JJ, the background. It looks pretty cool.
I was always more of a Maury Povich fan.
I never watch any of that bullshit because I'm a real man.
You never watched the one where they're like the arsonist was on Maury's show?
Shit. I don't watch that bullshit.
Yes, you do. You
He's
watch
like,
Jerry Springer.
I just like
No,
the
I
bird
don't.
stuff, Maury.
Barry Swinger.
Fuck Barry.
Johnny Swinger.
Fuck all of them. Johnny Swinger.
Johnny Swinger.
No,
I'm gonna be
I'm
like
not watching that daytime TV bullshit.
Yes, you do. You probably watch The View.
No, you're the one who's always crowing about The View. Lexar, you got to reach down and find your set of balls and be like, I'm giving up The View and Ricky Lake and all this shit.
Los Huevos.
I actually watched The View season premiere today.
Jeez.
The fact that you just said that makes me sad for you, Lex.
25 seasons. When is in your head going to have 25th seasons?
In 10 years.
Okay.
9 years. You can't have 25 seasons when you're not around 25 years.
Exactly.
I thought we were on season 33.
Right. I think it's season 3, but we've been around 15 years, 16 years.
Lexar, Jonathan Jackson stole
Whoa!
Oh.
Yeah, but I have the real deal.
What do you mean? It's back there. What are you talking about?
It's totally real.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's so real deal. It's called Evander Holyfield. Boom.
Looks pretty legit to me. I mean,
you want me to bring back the CBS Sports banner?
To quit.
Yep. So you can point at it like the WrestleMania sign. Just for
Right now,
like a doorknob or something.
Right now, I'm pointing at a thermostat.
He's rocking the thermostat.
What's Tazo doing? Tazo, don't drown yourself. What's he doing?
Who knows?
What if he just pulled that fish and just started eating them?
It's taking
like fish on the show.
I think we could kiss our YouTube career goodbye.
Yeah.
We would be kicked instantly.
pulling a Steve-O, snorting fish out of his nose.
Mm-hmm.
Dobbs wants to know, would Inter like to visit Ireland someday?
Sure. That'd be good.
Robert Budzinski wants to know, have you ever shit in the woods?
I don't think I ever have.
No, I never have.
Hole or no hole?
I've been to an outhouse that was just a big hole in the ground.
I went to summer camp when I was 11 years old, and this kid once had to go to the bathroom so bad, like the bathrooms were used, so he just went into the woods.
I think it's he just shit his pants. Yeah.
Oh, he wants to take a shit in the woods.
Well, that's good.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Tazo looks like he's probably shit in the woods a few times.
And he poured in a store.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
No, though Tazo's a city boy, he probably just like shits on the sidewalk or in an alley or something.
Nah, knowing Tazo, he probably poops in the urinal.
Sorry, do I look Chinese to you? A Chinese baby, in fact. That's usually who you see shitting in the streets, is like a little Chinese kid, and his mom is there, and he's got his pants down.
Yeah, but that's stuff that you pay like $50 for in the weekend. John Barker. Vic, if you walked in on Jack and Incher pushing and pulling, would you yell at or let them finish and clean up?
What?
Why has Vic got to do that?
Oh.
That's a prank. They're pranking you, man. When two white dudes are like fucking each other and you walk in, that is a massive prank on you.
That is a good joke.
Yeah. Well, if you fall asleep around white dudes, they like paint your face with Sharpies, they draw dicks on your face. So don't fall asleep around white dudes. Yeah. They may also like sacrifice small animals and shit like that. Right, Jack?
No, that's just ludicrous. Would you run into a closet? I don't know. Is that in reference to the first part? Oh, like maybe like pull a JJ Dillon and just jump in the closet and watch? I don't know.
Like deeply closeted?
I thought that was a Dave Penzer.
Besides wrestling and horror, what other podcast topics would Jack and Inter try out?
Favorite graveyards.
How about
restaurants?
Yeah, that would be reviews. That'd be a good one.
Inter should do toilet reviews, like bathroom.
I said I was going to do that on the show. I kind of made it a thing, and like all my things, I forgot.
It's really little. Oh,
shut up.
Squatty potty. The squatty potty.
Yeah, you should do that. A squatty potty review. Or how about review stuff while you're on the squatty potty?
You could only do it like so many times, though. But review stuff on the squatty potty.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Do religion. Do a podcast on religion.
No.
It's just out.
I'll get kicked off Facebook. I'm already banned 7 days. I'm banned 7 days for talking about Christian the wrestler because they said it was hate speech against Christianity. I'm not even joking. This has happened.
It's time to explain yourself.
I did. I explained it, and then in not even 1 second, they replied that it was reviewed and it was hate speech.
Got to become one of his peeps.
Reviewed by who?
No one. They just lie and say it's reviewed.
Just email Mark Zuckerberg and tell him how you feel.
You can't do shit. Facebook's stupid.
He was the name Jay Riso. That's his real name.
Suck the cuck.
Incher, it's been 7 years for the return of Punk. Is it time for the return of Incher getting sodomized? And fan fiction. I'm sorry, that's the second part of the question.
Oh, who asked that?
John Barker.
John Barker. No. I am a poor sport. No.
Man. How about in real life?
No.
What if the fans demand it?
They can just keep on demanding.
What if a fan would pay $1 million?
Boom.
$1 million. Oh, I don't know. I think my price would have to be higher than that.
Oh.
Brian Matthew Clutter. Is the Lexar sex bot eligible for In Your Head Rookie of the Year? Maybe.
I don't think we should honor the sex bot.
Could be Feud of the Year.
Feud of the Year, definitely. Yeah. But I don't think we should honor him. I feel bad for him.
For the sex bot?
No.
Oh, for Lexar.
For Lexar, yeah.
Urias
hoodwinked.
Urias Tosh. Should anyone ever kick out of the one-winged angel? It's interesting. I'm glad that they protected it. It does build up to a huge spot. If you don't, I still think you should just have someone kick out of it for the sake of doing it. But if they build up to a match that really needs it, if not, keep it protected.
If I was in the company, of course.
Yeah, you like to ruin everyone's good stuff.
Yeah.
Jonathan, oh, you meant you'd kick out of it. I thought you meant you just
it.
like book it like everyone just starts kicking out of it.
No, only I would kick out. Everybody else has to lose to it.
Oh, damn, now that's the background there. Look, that's probably the two coolest gangsters in all the world. Jonathan Jackson and DJ Curly Bear. There is no more street cred than that picture right there.
Didn't he have dominoes going on earlier?
The ad got cut.
Oh.
They're pulling their sponsorship.
Oh, shoot.
Jonathan Jackson, am I being chill right now?
Hey, look at there. It's my bit strip. Am I smoking crack in that one? What am I doing? What is that?
What are you doing in that one?
I can't tell.
Looks like
I believe you are smoking crack.
Oh.
I got you on the big screen TV here. So.
You're doing the Tazo.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry, Tazo. You've been clean. How long have you been clean, Tazo? I don't know if you are clean today. Honestly.
4 days.
Anastasio Theodosiadius wants to know: is this the pre-cum? What? Oh, pre-show. I thought he was asking about pre-cum. Weird man, that Tazo. Tazo wants to know: can I have a 23-second segment on the show, Wrestling and Chill with Tazo the Greek? Hey, baby, let's watch old AGPW clips of Kenta Kobashi, Masawa, and Kawada. Smoke a joint. Then you could smoke something else later. You're a Mormon, right?
Oh, my goodness.
Would that work on you?
These questions are weird tonight.
Hey, I'm down for some All Japan, some Mormon talk.
No, Japan Mormons. There you go. Look at that. He's licking a Mormon right now.
Do Mormons even watch All Japan?
Robbie Scar does, I think. With
yeah.
Dark Order over here. Do you want to get squirted with the dripstick? That's from Jujubee.
Oh, I don't want that.
I'll give something Jujubee to squirt about.
Oh my goodness. God. Goodness gracious. What's Lexar mean?
He wants to take a face full of squirt gun.
Oh my goodness.
Man. Lexar and Juju sitting in a tree.
KISSING.
Jack, maybe we should double
First
date.
come love, then comes marriage, then comes Lexar and a baby.
And Jack and Geraldine. How about that?
Sounds like a good time, Lexar.
Okay, first off, I need to take a little time because I got to shoot.
All right.
On 2 people.
All right.
Whoa. These 2 people know who the hell they are.
Shooting with the JJ.
They used to be 2 of the co-hosts, just in case Jack and Inch decided, they'd go away. But you know what? They don't want to come on and get on the Zoom because they're afraid to show their face like I am.
Boom!
They're afraid to
tell them, JJ!
They're afraid to get on video when they know they can just get on an audio call and have their voices heard by their fans. But no, they want to just hide and be pussies.
Pussies!
Get your asses on the call. Nobody needs to see if that's
testify.
Otherwise, get your ass out of the goddamn. Well, I'm not gonna say because I'm supposed to be chill, but yeah, get back on the Zoom. Get on the Zoom, not back, because you've never been on Zoom.
Testify, my brother.
Some appreciation. I'm shooting on your ass right now.
I am down with the Jackson. I'm down with the JJ. I'm down with the Jonathan Jackson and what he is preaching. President Clinton, get your ass on the Zoom. Man up.
Man up. Same for you, Juju. Man up.
Juju of the bees. Do it up.
As the official manager for the great President Bill Clinton, I have to tell you, Jack, that Mr. Clinton will not appear on the show because your checks keep bouncing.
We don't do it for the money here. We do it for the love of the Headyverse.
There you go.
The love of the Headyverse.
Show your love for the Headyverse. Get your asses back on the show.
Do it. We demand it. We want it. Lexar manned up. He did it. Goosey, he is here. Easy E is here. Jonathan Jackson. All the fine folks. Vic's here's every week. Geraldine.
Stephen Butler.
He's here. He's snorting crack and smoking the doobies. And he's on here.
Stephen Butler.
He's here. He's an old man. He should have been in bed hours ago, but he's still here.
Oh my goodness. It's a demon. Yeah. Stellar Steven's a demon.
He just put Jack Nicholson out of his misery after his frontal lobotomy and jumped out the friggin' window, and he still zooms in.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Stevens, did the broski make JJ lose his chill?
No, because he's nothing now. He has no title. He's back on Impact where he belongs.
Man, look at that mask. Pretty sweet. That's right. Yeah. Did you see this entry? Your boy lost the GCW championship.
Who was that?
Cardona.
Name. Yeah,
Matt Cardona.
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Yeah. Well, it was bound to happen sooner or later.
He lost it to the Moxley.
Yeah, I know. Was that why his elbow was all bleeding on the pay-per-view? Like, kind of was like scabbed over, and then it got cut open again, and he was like bleeding all over the place.
Tyler Stevens, what is the title of the next DJ Curly Bear single? We'll have to just wait and see. What would be a good title? It's a good song.
Trains be tripping.
Trains be tripping. Doing it for that ass.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got a better one. Track that ass.
Track that ass. Boom. John Garabedian wants to know, do you think Vince will bring in old timers to take over the new Nickelodeon NXT brand with no more new talent now that it's over? And would you enjoy it as much as when it started? I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to predict that the new NXT will be the new boom period of WWE.
Oh, my goodness.
Everyone's going to love it. It's going to blow the roofs off the joints, as the kids say. We're going to be throwing babies in the air. Incher's going to be shooting his guns. The new NXT, that's going to be where it's at. You heard it here first. Everyone else, naysayers, saying it's dying, it's dead, it's all colorful. I predict, Jackie Jones predicts here on the 7th of September, 2021, at the new NXT under Brother Love and Vince McMahon, babies are going to be thrown in the air because it's gonna boom the world of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Bold statement by Jackie Jones.
My head
going out on the limb on that one.
He made me a believer, and this man is leading the charge right here.
Boom! There you go. This is Sparta.
So does this mean you're not gonna have a show next week because you're gonna be watching the NXT?
No, why are you asking me to forsake the Headyverse? My brothers, my sisters, my compadres. I would never forsake the Headyverse to watch TV.
That's right.
Nothing is more important than my love for each and every one of you out there in the Headyverse. Except for Swax. Fuck that guy.
Thank you.
Yeah. Fuck Swax.
Who is that, anyways?
You don't want to. You're better off not knowing.
You have to be an old heady veteran.
An old caller. He's a guy who used to call into the show.
Yeah, we need a best of Swax tape to send Geraldine.
We do. He called it and talked like this, and he said, Kelly.
You need a best of Swax tape so you can bury it in Pandora's box.
Yep,
right along next to the Ark.
Kelly.
If Tazo and Willie Murray had a child, it would be Swax.
Ay, Dios mío.
Gail Kim sucks cock. He would just yeah.
That's what he would say.
Yeah,
what kind of insult is that?
Right. I think that's a redeeming quality in someone.
I know, right?
Right. Man, this Halloween's looking better and better. Stephen Butler wants to know. WWE had 6 main eventers during the Attitude Era. Triple H, Stone Cold, Undertaker, The Rock, Mankind, and Shawn Michaels. And then later Kurt Angle. What 6 wrestlers in AEW should they build the main events around? It's an interesting question.
CM Punk.
Punk.
Danielson.
Darby Allin.
Omega.
Darby Allin. Omega.
Miro.
Miro's a good one.
Miro's not. I like Miro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just needs like a little bit more personality. Like
I like his person. Maybe Page.
He's missing something.
MJF. You got to put MJF in there.
Yeah, MJF.
Oh yeah, he's great. He's great.
Yeah.
He never gets out of character.
Yeah. I remember seeing him in Chicago. It was some people bitched then online, but it was like, come on, it's fun.
He's great.
Tyler Stevens, will AEW hire Jim Cornette?
No,
I don't think it'll happen. But I think they would
I
hire
don't think
him,
so.
but I don't think he'll go.
I
think it would be fun, honestly. But.
Not after that fiasco he went with on NWA Power.
That's true too.
They buried him so hard.
By the way, new champion on NWA Power.
For Murdoch.
Trevor Murdoch.
About goddamn time.
Congratulations.
Who's that?
to him.
Trevor Murdoch.
Lance Cade's tag team partner.
Yeah. That was him.
I have nothing against it. I can't say this really makes me excited to watch the show. But... Does that make you excited to watch, though, honestly, Trevor Murdoch being champ?
No, I'm sorry. I'm afraid it don't.
How old is Trevor Murdoch?
I don't know.
He's his upper 30s.
Yeah, I don't think he's that old of a guy.
Okay.
He's just a common man.
Just a common man. Working hard with his hands.
There's champ Trevor Murdoch.
Oh, okay. I remember him. No.
I have to say, Trevor Murdoch, he does put on a good match, but I like it because it reinstates faith in the common man that not all wrestlers have to be jacked up, super roided, or supermodels or anything.
Yeah, not everyone can look like me.
Exactly, Jack. I mean, what happened to the Mick Foleys? What happened to the oddities? What happened?
I do long for the days when Golgo would be the world.
What happened to John fucking Tenta?
Died, unfortunately.
Oh shit!
Rest in peace.
God damn it!
Nikhil Callahan time.
Yakuza killed him.
You gotta do some stretching.
Bye, folks.
Bye.
I gotta help Steven out with something now.
Yeah, help him out with something.
Oh, geez.
More together.
All right, more together. Good night, lightweight.
Lightweight.
Nikhil Callahan wants to know thoughts on Drake Maverick being back on Raw and did the 24/7 title picture.
Drake Maverick was there?
Yeah.
They're digging up that old chestnut, the 24/7 title.
Yeah, I mean, Jackson's a big 24/7 title mark.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how you can't. Like, what the hell's going to happen? Breaking news. Somebody lost the 24/7
really, this
title.
whole thing was like a 1 week joke.
It was it was a
going on for
2-month
years
gimmick.
now. Drake Maverick, I think he's a talented guy. I have nothing against him, but
I'm so out of it. I was thinking Brad Maddox.
He's still in the cave, I think.
Yeah.
He used to be in NXT with that tag team, but I forgot who he's tag teaming with.
The AOP. He was on WWE TV with AOP. Thoughts on Jeff Hardy being in the 20? Wow, boy, he's really fallen. He's in the 24/7 title picture. Jeff Hardy.
Wow.
Oh, that's bad.
Jesus.
As in,
Go to AEW.
you don't want the.
Didn't he beat Karrion Kross in his debut? Now he's in the 24/7.
Yeah,
you don't want to put it. You don't want to put a title on him.
It's going down.
You don't want to put a title on him for more than 24 hours.
He's gonna fall down the card press.
Man.
Shit like this doesn't really do anything for the title, doesn't do anything for the guy. Then you like if I tune in,
it's not like
what the fuck is
it's
going
just
on?
a joke title, so it's not like Jeff Hardy going for it like makes it prestigious.
No,
exactly.
It just makes him look like a goof, and it's just another dude there.
It's basically worth his title. I agree with you with that, but it's like, you know, if I tune in today, then I want to know what's going on, and I probably would have to jump through 7 hoops to like kind of understand why this guy even has the title. But forget, like, not even that title, any of these titles, it seems, and there's just way too many of them, is what I mean to say, right? I mean, there's just way too many titles.
It feels like it's the hardcore title.
What if they did the 48-hour title?
I think it would work.
Sponsored by Taco Bell.
You got to run for the border. Do you think AJ Styles regrets not signing with AEW because all his mates are now in the elite ruling the world?
Yes.
I think that's well. I was going to say he's a guy that they use well, but they have stuck him in a tag with this big goofy guy. So,
Omos.
He had a great run in WWE, better than I ever thought he would. But I don't know, especially if he would have went there earlier. Because now, like, if you go there, there's already so many people there. So would have been good stuff. Really, a lot of dream matches if AJ would have been there. AJ Omega.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much everybody on the roster. Thoughts on the rumor Bruce Pritchard wanted Adam Cole? Oh, yeah. So this is a thing people say. I think Adam Cole said this himself, I think. But saying that the idea was to bring Adam Cole as a manager on the main show.
Oh, geez.
It's like, no wonder the guy left. He's like the main guy on NXT, and their big ideas. They don't even want him to wrestle. They want to be a manager.
Yeah,
and
get out of there.
Twitch too.
It definitely sounds like something Bruce Pritchard would come up with.
And it's not like WWE. Like, if you're a manager, but unless you're Paul Heyman, you're probably not going to have much of a run.
Yeah, guaranteed.
It's not like back in the day, like you're going to be the new Bobby Heenan or something.
Who's he going to manage, though?
I mean, what? Just a waste of a guy, though. Like
Red Dragon.
Like you're in the prime of your career, and you just all of a sudden now you're manager. Thoughts on the Diamond Mine stable in NXT with Roderick Strong and Malcolm Bivens?
Undisputed Era is better.
I like the original Diamond Mine. Scott Hall. Diamond Dallas Page.
Feel up, bang! I like them too. CM Punk said him, Bryan Cole joining is bigger than the NWO. Do you agree? Nah, but I think it's probably the biggest thing that's happened in modern wrestling.
Which side is Adam Cole on?
He's with
the Elite.
Elite.
No, that was figured.
Daphne passed away. We mentioned earlier. It's very sad. Any favorite memories or matches or moments? Meaning, we went to Chick-fil-A with her. That was a cool memory.
Yeah, she was walking to Chick-fil-A as we were. So that's pretty cool.
You told me a gross Rip Rogers story I can't tell here.
Oh my.
Do you feel like AEW is changing the game of wrestling? It's definitely made very fun to be watching, being a fan right now. Was the All Out pay-per-view the best pay-per-view ending ever? It's up there. It's a great ending. It was pretty good.
It's good.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to think the best ever, but it's definitely up there. It's one of the best of modern time.
I think my favorite match from that pay-per-view was the Young Bucks versus Pentagon and Ray Phoenix.
Yeah, it was a really amazing match. Very fun.
On par with the Wrestle Kingdom event from New Japan, probably Wrestle Kingdom 9 or 10.
Favorite memories of D-Lo and his tag team Low Down with Chad.
I liked him when he was tagging with wasn't he tagging with Owen Hart for a little
Ready
while?
for the real deal now.
Ooh, yeah.
Gonna kick your sorry ass out on the street.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do the head? Can you do the head jiggle?
And then my mic's gonna fall off.
I'm gonna start wearing a chest protector during the show.
Yeah.
I was actually a fan of D'Lo Brown. I always liked him. I actually think he probably would have done really well the last few years because the only thing that probably hurt him at that time was he wasn't. I mean, he was good. Like he could go a long time, but he wasn't in great physical shape. Like he's kind of chubby. And now, like, that doesn't matter so much. So he probably would have actually even been better off right now.
Yeah, probably.
Who is the most ruthless dictator in modern history? What a question.
Joseph Stalin.
Vince McMahon.
Wow.
Jim Hurd.
Whoa. Question number 12 of 22 from
I'm out. I tap out.
Oh man, look at this lightweight over here.
Oh,
Leaving
I'm a
already?
middleweight.
You're gonna make Geraldine upset. You're breaking Geraldine's hearts.
I had to, but I had to go to sleep.
No, stay up.
I'm sorry, but I gotta go to sleep.
Letting us all down.
Man.
Especially Geraldine. Damn it, Lexar.
I don't think Patrick's in the chat this week, is he?
He might be hunting down Lexar for letting Geraldine down.
That's why he's sleepy. He put something in his drinks or something. Slipped him something.
Good night, people. I'm out too. Have fun. Good night.
Good night, bitch. Thank you for the book. Sent me this book.
Hookers.
Hookers and shooters.
He's a good man.
It's like everybody left.
I know, a bunch of lightweights. They can't
This
stay
guy,
up.
the one guy didn't join today. John, I think is his name.
Oh yeah, the song man. He actually had called in right at the beginning of the show, but then didn't call back. Where am I? Number 12. I thought Jim Ross was fantastic on commentary and seemed like he was having fun calling the great moments in the old days. Do you agree? I do think he made a couple flubs, but I do like Jim Ross. I thought he was good interview the other week too. Oh, his interview with Punk I thought was really good that they did to build up the paper.
His interview with Mick Foley is one of my all-time favorites. Him and King.
Yeah, but I mean that's like 30 years ago. But I was. Is the Elite the best ever stable in wrestling history? I mean, I'm an old school Four Horsemen guy, but I like the Elite.
I like it. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. There you go. He's got the missing here, trying to get Juju B and President Clinton in your head. Former coach to call zoom in. They've not been part of the video era of in your head.
Damn shame.
Why?
I don't know. They're chicken.
They owe me some art.
As President Clinton's manager, I have to say that he is too busy getting $250,000
bitch
to speak at a college near you.
It's not about the money; it's about the love of the Headyverse.
Yeah, it's about the money, Jack.
He can zoom in on his phone; it's free.
Exactly.
He listened to Terry Funk. He said I should have just took the money.
We did that one. Thoughts on the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson?
What?
I'm gonna tap now. No, I don't know.
Wait.
Boris Johnson.
Brexit.
Has Jack got any more AEW figures lately? No, because they're very hard to find. I actually looked for some today because I'm a very cool guy and I collect wrestling action figures. But I could not find any today. I actually have right over my bed is a wall of old school LJ and WWF Hasbro WWF action figures.
That's cute.
Mm-hmm. It's very hot. Very sad.
Yeah. It's like super hot.
Yeah.
Which is the best one?
The best one is, in fact, the polka dot Dusty Rhodes mint on card.
The sapphire
it's a big collector's item.
It is actually very collectible action figure. Incher.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever play Borderlands on the PlayStation?
No, I never really did.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I think I have it.
I don't know what that is.
I think I have 2 copies, or the second copy. Yeah, I think I have
Is it
that.
like Qbert?
Nah, it's a first-person shooter. It's like
it's kind of like,
I hear a lot of good things about it.
it's kind of like Modern Warfare, but in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like an apocalyptic kind of setting.
Post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Michael K. Williams from The Wire died. He played Omar. Yeah, that's too bad. Died of a heroin overdose. So I was kind of surprised.
I seen that earlier. That was a shame. I seen him on Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah, Chalky White.
Great actor.
Yeah. I also am a big fan of The Wire. Omar's a great character.
Rest in peace.
18. Thoughts on the new NXT set they released a teaser for? Boom period of wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Boom.
That's my mind being blown. What did you do today? Is his next question.
Been all over.
I went to the movies with my mommy and my brother. My brother and me took my mommy out to the movies. We went to see the new Marvel movie, Shang-Chi or so, whatever the hell it's called.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah, it was good.
I went to jiu-jitsu class. It was pretty fun. Got put in a yes lock.
I ate some popcorn. Yes? We split a big popcorn. And then we got a pizza afterwards. So it was a fun day.
Excellent.
With my family.
Sounds like good times.
Yeah. Thoughts on what I bought some stuff. I actually bought some stuff for this bookshelf. I didn't have time to set up, but I bought some new stuff for Halloween to Halloween this up. Not that it's not Halloween up, I guess already, but
jack-o'-lanterns.
Wait and see. No spoilers. Do you find it funny Triple H's baby NXT is now being taken away from him? No,
I don't find it funny.
Even though I think, now it'll be the boom period, but I feel bad for Triple H not being part of it.
More like Rosemary's Baby. Am I right?
Bum, bum, bum.
It is weird, though. I mean, they put all this time in NXT, putting it over, then there's like, let's take it all away.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
Well, if you really boil it down, isn't NXT really a reboot of OVW?
No, it's like a totally, completely different. Not as it is now. I mean, right now it's like I see it as they made their own, not competition, but the alternative to the WWE show, and they built it around like the top indie guys.
But I mean, like the concept was very similar.
The original concept, but not what it's been for years.
Yeah, I mean, it's metamorphosized, but it was originally supposed to be.
I think
like
it's going to be back to that. Yeah, that's what's going to go back to being. But I don't really. We'll see. I don't know. I don't think. But the thing is, it's a national TV show. I don't think anyone. Most people aren't going to want to watch a farm league.
I prefer a wheat farm league.
I think, honestly, I think they should have just had two NXTs in its own way. One that's the actual developmental where you train the people, but don't televise that. Maybe just throw it on the network, Peacock thing. And then once they progress, then they could go to the televised show, because you've already established this now as its own brand. where guys don't. I mean, the guys don't go there to eventually go to WWE. They just go there to be NXT stars.
Yeah, which is kind of sad.
Hey guys, I have to go.
All right. Well, good night, Geraldine.
I will join next week from South America.
Oh, excellent. Very
cool. International call.
Yeah, international. You know it.
Big money.
See you later.
Bye, guys.
Good to see you.
Have a safe trip.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Bye.
Nighty night.
Who will feud first with the Lucha Bros for the AEW tag titles?
Jurassic Express.
I think they continue the Young Bucks feud.
Yeah.
Maybe not. The Wingmen.
The Butcher and the Blade.
I like Butcher and Blade.
Yeah, Butcher just came back.
Yeah. Will Bryan face Omega at the next pay-per-view for the world title?
I think they're going to hold off on it.
But see, their pay-per-views aren't for another, 3 or 4 months. So.
Yeah, and then that's something you do have to factor in.
It's not like it's a monthly thing. I think maybe it's November. It's a couple months. I think yes.
You can only milk an angle for so long.
I think that will be the next one.
Omega Adam Page.
I mean, it's possible, but I think they're going with Daniel. I'm guessing Daniel Bryan.
Woo.
Tyler Stevens, can In Your Head make 3 Headyverse stars of the past return on a weekly basis like AEW? We got it. I think we have recently. Lexar returned, Tazo's returned.
And if Prez and Juju actually got back on the damn call,
that's right.
Calm down. Let me be chill. Let me be chill.
I got a repackage.
And and then there's also we always got the William Morey might be coming back in. What if Miss Destiny starts zooming in?
I'd be excited to see Prez again. Quite frankly, I was shocked that William Morey is still alive.
I know. Maybe if Miss Destiny starts calling in, do you think maybe we could hook her up with Lexar?
No.
Do you think Jujubee's afraid of the sexual tension between her and Lexar?
Yes.
Possibly, yeah.
Just embrace the love. Come on.
I agree. This should be a place of love, Incher. I mean, Incher and I have had like this palpable sexual tension for 16 years, and we're here every week.
No, we can deal
cut
with
that
it.
with a knife.
We can
watch
manage.
movies together.
The thick, firm sexual tension between Incher and I.
We need more feuding in the Headyverse.
Man, he's wanting to split everybody up.
Damn right. Need to get the virtual Headyverse league back.
Only a couple more questions here. We're already past
You
Nikia.
lie.
No, there are. We're past Nikia. We're into the other ones now. Tyler Stevens, where is the best place to fart?
In your pants.
In your ass.
In your partner's blanket.
What are the top 3 chicken nugget dipping sauces for Incher?
Ketchup.
Ketchup.
Come
Sweet and sour.
Sweet and sour, I give you.
Hell yeah, ketchup. No, you need to say ketchup again.
And barbecue.
I agree.
Ketchup's number 1 though.
Honey fucking mustard.
Do they have buffalo? They don't. I don't think McDonald's has buffalo. Do they?
They used to. I don't know. I haven't had them for a while, so
I don't think I like their buffalo sauce.
No, I don't think it was kind of weird. Wasn't it like a buffalo ranch or something?
Like a Buffalo Bill.
Okay, I won't pick that. So ketchup, sweet and sour, and barbecue.
Honey mustard.
Ketchup.
Hell yeah, ketchup.
That's good.
I like ketchup, but you don't dip nuggets in ketchup.
Have you tried
Ketchup's for
Have
French
you tried
fries.
McDonald's ketchup with the nuggets? Try it sometime.
Ketchup's for everything.
No.
See, me and Jack are Me and Jack are truly guys with fries. Ketchup's for fries,
right?
Not nuggets.
He doesn't even like fries. He told me.
Tyler Stevens, if Incher could walk 500 miles down the tracks to get to his audio soulmate, would he do it?
Oh, no.
500 miles.
Because I know as soon as I get there, he'll be like, I got some questions from Nikhil.
That would be fun.
True.
We should do that next time we meet in person. We should just we should do a video where we just ask all these questions. Yeah. John Garabedian wants to know Big Show's first ever AEW feel as lame as his WrestleMania 21 sumo match. It wasn't that bad, but
that was pretty bad.
It was just kind of a nothing match, I'd say, but it wasn't like embarrassing or.
But follow-up question: was it as lame as his Netflix show?
I never watched that.
Really?
No,
I never watched it.
It was pretty freaking bad.
Nothing can
Is
be
it
as
even
lame as
on
that.
there anymore?
No.
The
old ones might be.
I think it is, but in all honesty, you got to light a scented candle for that one.
Bruce Briscoe, do you think AEW is going to have Bryan Danielson shoot on Connor's cure?
Oh,
What?
No.
What?
Why? Yeah, why would he do that?
I don't know. That's strange. Tyler Stevens, would you guys go to Ultimate Warriors boot camp?
If he was alive, being dead kind of hinders that.
Was it Dana Warrior running that now?
Maybe.
I've heard she's still single.
What are Incher's thoughts on this? Nikhil Callahan wrote, glad you did the predictions. Alub replied, Incher wanted to skip them. Nikhil replied, I know, but then he loves answering them anyway. Oh, that's very sweet. So you made Nikhil happy, Incher.
Yeah.
Dobbs wants to know, what are your thoughts on Drake's new album cover?
It's kind of weird.
Drake Maverick.
It's weird, isn't it? It's just like, is he just knocking everybody up no matter what color they are?
Yeah, I don't really get it. Kind of looks like a kid's book or something.
Yeah, whoever made that too? It's just like someone just took like some avatars from like Messenger or something.
Yeah. Like AOL Messenger.
Not too good. I don't like it.
Fuck it. Fuck you, Drake, bitch. Drake has no match for DJ Curly Bear.
Bam.
John Garabedian, if Incher had bunching ball,
you got to stand up. You got to get it.
Whose balls would he want those balls to be? Then thinking they were special balls. I don't know.
I don't know what the hell he's even talking about.
It's the AC/DC song.
That motherfucker needs to quit drinking.
Yeah, I was gonna say, John. I think John was too impaired to join the call stage.
Al Lube, if a fan came up to Jack and Incher while they were eating a meal and asked Jack for an autograph, would Incher shoot the fan?
I'd shoot him a smile.
Hey.
Oh.
You shoot him with the love gun.
Oh my goodness. Not
Dorian Doc Batal. Do you know who Minoru Suzuki is yet? If not, what about Tanahashi? Nope.
Old man.
That's sad.
Yeah.
I know who Hakuji is. Oh, bless me.
No, Mr. Fuji. What are your memories of Omar Gooding? And do you think he's still a wild and crazy kid and hanging with Mr. Cooper? I don't know what this means.
Omar Gooding.
There used to be an actor named Omar Gooding who started a show called Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
I'm pretty sure he's still an actor, but no one's seen him in a million years.
And even if they did, they probably don't know
Look,
what he looks
I
like.
I grew up like a big nerd, but you guys make me feel cool with some of these questions.
Thanks, Jack.
Sean Green was all out the pay-per-view of the year. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so far I'd say.
Oh yeah.
Besides the GCW stuff, but yeah.
Dobbs, Dean Maya, did Jack receive whatever Tazo sent? Yes, I did. Right here, Hooker.
Goddamn Hooker.
Luthez.
Tyler Stevens, will Jack mark out so hard for the AEW video game that he'll buy a video game system just to play it against Intra live on Twitch for a virtual hotel bar brawl? Special guest referee is Kamala. Well, Kamala's dead.
Yeah.
No, I won't buy a new system, but I do think it's cool. I like them to do well. I like wrestling games, so that's good. How many episodes of Major Dad? Major Dad's been added to Netflix.
0. Not gonna watch it.
3 more questions, Incher. Thoughts on Dave Meltzer saying that Europe was asking for too much money? We already just went about Final Countdown.
Fuck the Dave Meltzer.
Wow.
Fuck the Europe.
It's the final cage down. Brian Matthew Kluter. Why does my daughter's Cubert plushie have a Pac-Man tag? Is this an outrage?
Oh, I don't know. Sounds like they mislabeled it.
Man, fuck.
Aren't they both made?
I'm sorry, there's actually a few more questions. So it's 4 more total.
Motherfucker.
Only 4. Would Incher stick his penis into Cubert's nose?
I'm going to venture to say yes.
Gottlieb owned Cubert. No, I don't. I don't know if who owns Cubert currently. So
I just like that was your answer to the question.
I'm really.
So would you stick your dick into Cubert's nose?
No, that's just ridiculous.
Brian Matthew Kluter, I came across this other day. Should I start walking the rails? Yes. That's a no-brainer. Owl was intro proud that Jim Ross didn't call Bryan Danielson Daniel Bryan.
Give him time.
Yeah, give him time.
And the last question. Should WWE say that Karrion Kross is gay and rename him to the Gladiator?
No. But they can stop doing a lot of the silly stuff with him.
Hey,
I think they've already killed him off.
Yeah.
Only if he was going to feud with Goldust.
Irreversible damage.
He should have been their next Goldberg.
Yeah, he's just a bum now. He's just a joke, not really a bum. He's just kind of a goof.
He is the next Goldberg. He's the modern day Goldberg.
He's the modern day Goldberg. He's the modern day Gilbert.
Modern day
yes.
Goldberg, mean Brian.
Here comes the
His mind is not for rent.
This is Sparta.
Gilbert.
All right. So we are gonna leave here, Intra, because Intra's being a bitch. No, we're done with the questions. Intra
stuck it out.
But
I stuck it out.
At least he's here, unlike these 2 bitches, Juju B and President Clinton.
Yeah. Return to the goddamn show.
Get on the show.
Come join us.
Talk to wrestling. Until next week, this is Jackie Jones, and that is the OIB, and this is Vic Schiavone, Easy E, the Dark Order, Stellar Steven, and my boy, Jonathan Jackson. I mean that. That's my boy, my pal, my amigo. So don't be drawing any conclusions out there, asshole Aloop. And we'll be back next week here on In Your Head. And until then, go over and join the Facebook group. Follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, on MySpace, on Grindr. That's right, the In Your Head Grindr is blowing up. And also subscribe right here on YouTube and hit that little icon, not the internet icon, the bell icon. And you'll get all the notifications every time we're live, every time a new show is popping up. Do it.
Do it.
And until then, wrestling!